Finally, I have everything that I need. Thanks to that mad poet, I have the Necronomicon and a destination, finally, to locate the forgotten city of Neruzavin. This journey will be a long one, surely across land and seas both. But after all the effort that has been put forth, after everything I have attempted over the last few years, this is the victory lap. I will be denied no longer. The black stars beckon, and I will find them. I am Count Hasserton Lowls IV, and when I am done here, no academic throughout the inner seas will forget this name. Somewhere, deep within these sands, I will build history.
I don't think words can describe what we're feeling right now, what I'm feeling right now. We're back here. 2 weeks of our lives in this world, tortured, tormented, suffering. And things are slightly off. One thing for sure, though, I know they're here. I'm going to find them, and I'm going to break them all.
We left off last week in a familiar situation for two of you. Though perhaps it is a mercy that only one of you was conscious to relive it. Hours and hours ago, Cammy boarded the howdah on the back of a dragon. It's not really a dragon, but, you know, at a certain point, the distinction sort of becomes faceless.
You're all gotta start somewhere.
And as you got up into the seat here, and this Shantak launched up into the stars, none of you were prepared for just the sheer amount of force that would be included with this takeoff. You would later learn, via Reginald's observations, that the very pavilion in which you sat protected you from the worst of these effects. And were you to just sit hypothetically in some kind of unenchanted equivalent of this, some normal seat as this thing took off, that launch could possibly kill you outright, if not put all of you under, much as it had Cammy. And I don't know what kind of emotion would Cammy be feeling when she gets on the back of this thing to just launch into the stars, headed towards the moon in the sky overhead. How would Cammy feel?
I don't know if it's really quite registered. It's sort of like a little bit on autopilot, because this is also coming off of destroying sort of the concept of time a little bit.
It's been a weird afternoon for Cammy.
It's sort of I think it wouldn't really kind of register until maybe a couple minutes after, now sort of just sitting still, nothing to do. All you really have time, all you really can do is just sort of think, and then watching the stars whiz by, it's oh shoot, we're going to space. We're going
Ghost of Azan. You know what this is for. Welcome back, Cammy.
Hey, yo.
We know the rules.
Happy 2025.
Happy 2025. New year, same villain points. Thank you for the support. You would only have a few moments to ponder it as you saw the desert and the caravanserai drop away behind you before this incredible pressure forcing you back into the cushions of this seat. The skin pulled back tight on your face, mouth flapping like a cartoon dog, before Cammy's tiny little body just couldn't handle it. You passed out almost immediately.
Oh, okay. That was a scary
You weren't the only one. But everybody else woke up relatively quickly afterwards. Maybe drooling a little bit, unsure of where they were or what happened, but up amongst the stars. Whereas you, totally just knocked out by this, felt yourself sink back into the seat as this launch happened. Further and further. You felt simultaneously crushed and weightless as these tiny pinpricks of light, the stars above, raced towards you, and you just floated through this void. It was an odd sensation, drifting on this boundary between wake and sleep in a land of dreams itself. But the moon approached at an incredible pace. You felt yourself pulled there, seeing its cratered, rocky surface, and faces effervescent in the black tapestry of the night around it, sort of just dancing around your view. Faces you hadn't seen, well, since the last time you were in the Dreamlands. Since the last time you so unceremoniously went from wake to sleep. Since the last time Captain Vadrak and his crew had put you under. The faces of these figures, 3 demons, devils, the distinction escaped you, but similar and yet different. Your torturers day in and day out as you found yourself again back in this situation. Not in the cell, but in a variety of situations upstairs in that horrible room that they kept bringing you to. Still feeling this weird floating weightlessness. And then you look around and you do see that same brick. Those same white walls. And the rest of you, standing in front of a cell with this scared face of this Chelish woman in front of you, you feel Cammy starting to stir. And as you poke your head up and look around, you see the faces of your friends around and above you. Still this kind of weightless, floating feeling, but no longer from a launch on the back of a dragon, now from being held in this wrapping like you had woken up so many times before. But their faces seem odd and distant. Marius Reginald turned away from you, and MD, looking down into this little swaddled papoose with an expression you can't quite place. You hear footsteps. Footsteps, not maybe the right word, hooves on stone. As you look back down the hall and you see that huge, red-skinned demon woman. Massive wings folded across her back. Huge, curved black horns sprouting from her forehead. Approaching down the hall towards you. You still feel weightless. She holds out her hands. You feel yourself lifted up as MD pulls you out of this wrapping and passes you over to her. And then once more, you're up in this torture chamber, suspended in just an unending nightmare of pain, confusion. But then finally your eyes shoot open. And the rest of you, down here in this cell block, feel Cammy start to stir. And as she shoots awake and looks around, you find yourself back in your cell. Alone. In a stone room with nothing but a set of bars in front of you. And as you look out, you see not the hallway of this prison, but the furnace room in Briarstone Asylum. You see a gurney in front of you with a man strapped to it, screaming. His face is screaming, but you don't hear anything. And this faceless alien creature, her table full of odd bits of broken glass, nails, whatever sharp implements she could find, just carving away at his flesh. Finally, words start to come, sounding like they're distant, like they're being yelled from another building. Wake up! Wake up! Save me! Wake up! The rest of you, standing here in a cell block, feel Cammy start to stir.
Am I awake yet, or am I still sort of?
You look around. The first thing you see are white stone walls and iron bars. You see a row of cells. The same row you had been held in for weeks after Vadrak had taken you away.
MD, I think she's starting to stir. I think she's waking up.
I think they're her
Get me out! Get me out! Get me out! Get me out! I'm gonna try and claw. I'm so freaked out. I'm gonna try and just. I need to not be like touched.
She shoots awake from her stir. Shoots awake, screaming, "Let me out!" And starts pulling herself out of your little pack.
Yeah, just let her out.
Yeah.
I think I want like sort of like almost like scratching at myself, or like trying to. Like, I'm trying desperately to figure out like if I'm even awake right now. Just
Cammy,
like kind
Cammy,
of.
I'm gonna drop on my knees in front of her, Cammy.
Oh my.
You're okay.
We're here by choice. Remember, we chose to come here. We're okay. I mean, we're gonna have to probably fight our way through this. I need you to be strong for me. Can you do that?
Cammy, what did you see?
I'm sorry. I think I just need a second.
What's happening? Please don't leave me here! You
Stop
hear
yelling!
the bars rattle, and as Cammy reacts there, you see she pulls her hands up and closes her eyes, and a flash of multicolored light bursts out of her. And Calvetta in the cell, her eyes roll back in her head, and she just collapses backwards on the floor.
Thank you. She was actually very annoying.
What was that?
You see this woman here, raven-haired, with a scar through one eyebrow across her face, very pale skin, shellish features, now unconscious,
That's
dead on the floor of this shell, and you feel a strange tingling sensation in your hands.
That's the thing that happened back in Briarstone when you fell asleep right after we met Marius.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't know what just happened.
Magic. Oh, remember the
Usually I do that, but
the greenie do it?
Did you?
Reach around.
Oh, no.
Where'd I put him?
You feel Greenie kind of climb up from underneath your apron and up onto your shoulder, just sort of looking around.
Doesn't seem like it.
I need to calm down, maybe.
You do need to calm down.
Hey,
It feels weird.
it does feel it's weird. I know. And based off of what you and MD have talked about, this is pretty bad. But remember, we chose to come here. You're in a safe place.
Yeah.
As best as you can be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're going to see some traumatic things that
Yeah.
you've been through. I know those 2 weeks were very hard for you. You'll be okay. We're here now.
Marius is kind of standing back, just like giving them space, not really needing to crowd Cammy even more.
There isn't a lot of room in this hallway here. It's maybe 10 feet across between the bars of the cells and the wall on the other side. It's a fairly confined space that stretches all the way down this aisle past a half dozen cells from the corner of the chamber, one corner of the chamber to the other. But it is the hallway you recognize, though you remember there being a second row of cells on the other side.
Okay. So, what are we doing? Is she dead?
I really don't care one way or another.
I think you might have just knocked her out. I don't think you actually
So,
killed her. Maybe you did. She's quite gaunt. She's not. She needs nutrition and food. Do you have food?
The woman does look.
Do you have food?
The woman looks near skeletal.
Okay, well.
Starved, famished,
Yeah.
and abused. She is certainly not healthy.
Managed to infiltrate the prison, obviously. But there's signs of things not being used for days, weeks even. It's not as crowded as it was when we were here. There's not as many people. We found this one person on this side.
And speaking of, there is one other down on the other row, cell row, but
There is.
given how this one has reacted to us, I'm not sure whether or not we should
So in this block, 2 people.
bother the other one.
Do we have food in our inventory, like rations or
Do
anything?
you? I mean, that's a you question. I mean, if you have
Did we ever buy
rations
Well,
in
we
your
found,
bag.
I think we brought it to the dream.
Funny story.
Oh, that's right.
Remember the poacher we were looking for when we went to the Dream Forest? That's her.
She's not really a good person, but I mean, her just suffering in
I
prison
don't really
with no
figure
food is kind of.
I know it's a pretty bum deal.
It's-
I mean,
I want to go.
You sound so empathetic. All right.
Marius would raise his bow and say, I mean, we could get her out if you're a different way.
I
That's
don't know
up
if
to you.
she's okay. I don't really know what I just shot her with. That wasn't on purpose.
Well, we might not have too much time. You said there was another prisoner.
Yeah, there's one down on the other
What?
cell row.
Do you know any specifics about that one? Sleeping? Awake? Up?
I think she was awake, but I didn't really pay much attention. I was just trying to sneak past because I didn't want someone screaming and making noise.
Well,
Oh, like what
too
Cammy
late.
just did.
A little more like what this woman just
Oh,
did.
yeah, that too. Yes.
I just wanted to see what was in here.
Okay.
Take a moment. Breathe.
No, I'm okay.
You're gonna try and do it again?
No, I'm trying to not.
Oh.
I don't really know what set that up. I'm just kind of trying to keep.
Put some gloves
Well,
on.
you said
Like,
it's happened
keep 'em
before.
still
But when
or
did it happen before?
It
Not
happens-
while I was awake,
It
though.
happens while she's unconscious.
But in like a
I-
stressful situation.
I've never seen it.
I mean, she's unconscious. It just happens. I can assume it's just probably her losing control of magic.
Some sort of bad dream or something. Something?
Yeah.
Did you have a bad dream?
Yes.
Did you have a bad dream before when you did it the first time? I mean, this is just happens.
I had a dream. Not like. They were weird.
Yeah.
Not like that. Not that bad.
Seems like it's due to probably
Yeah.
stress. And you're in a stressful situation. I wouldn't think too much about it. It's not like you're gonna freak out and explode on us again.
Sometimes when you have
Right.
a weird dream, stuff like that can just come out.
We should go check on that other prisoner. That's what I would like to do, actually.
Hate it here.
I'm bypassing that. Thanks, Marius. So the other prisoner.
Joke from Marius. That's where he-
I can't do that.
Right. Well, whenever you're ready, Cammy.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna try and be really still.
Just walk with us.
Just do what you normally do. You never lose control before.
For the moment you
Kinda
leave
sick, though.
Calvetta here on the floor of her cell.
Come on.
Did you relock it?
No, I just closed it.
Oh, fair
Unless
enough.
it auto
Closed,
relocks.
but no, I mean, it doesn't really. The only thing it has is like a lock. It doesn't have a handle. The lock is how it opens. Like normally, you would use a key, and
okay.
that would
Yeah,
open
that's
that
just
way.
like
So if
back
you
in
close
the-
it again, it is locked.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
it cannot be closed and unlocked.
That's fine.
So you leave her in there and make your way down, following Marius to the southern end of the prison. Cammy, for the first time, being led back through the cell block that she had spent several weeks of her life. You see that middle aisle, 2 rows of cells across from each other, and recognize where you and MD had been kept. The path that each of you had walked to the stairwell upstairs to the torture chamber. You pass that to the far end of the room. There's another hallway. You see a woman sitting on the floor with her back to the side wall of her cell, her eyes closed, her legs folded. She was olive-skinned with a shaven head and a strange symbol tattooed underneath her right eye. Very angular face and Osirian features. You're not being particularly quiet as you come around the corner, but she does not acknowledge you as you approach the door.
Marius is still standing kind of closer to the corner because of how the other woman took his presence.
Kneel down on the ground. Just, hey, lady, you awake?
Yes. She takes a deep breath in through her nose. You see her shoulders rise. And she opens her eyes, very deep brown, and just looks towards you. Her expression largely unchanged, unfazed by the group now in front of her.
Good morning. How long have you been here?
Several weeks, I believe. But the passage of time I have since stopped bothering to track.
Yeah. They torture you every day?
Most days. Is it time now?
No. I'm here to kill them. Is there anything you can tell us about them that could help us? Anything you remember upstairs or about the building itself?
I feel there is little point to sharing what I have seen or what I may think I know, and perhaps less point even for you to intervene. My situation here in this prison, this is immovable now.
Why are you here?
They found me. I came here with the aid of some magics and was captured and taken. It's as simple as that. Penance for how I have deigned to walk my life, I believe.
How might that be? What's the reasoning for being imprisoned?
It does not matter.
I want to use level 1 spell scroll for detect alignment.
Okay. As you cast this out, what exactly does that give you?
Detecting alignment.
This is from like the manor, right? From like
This
book
is
2?
from the book
Pretty sure
2.
I
I've
gave
been
you this
holding
in
on to this
Laus's
for a
manor.
long
Yeah.
time.
All right, fair enough.
You detect auras of that alignment. Your eyes glow. But I sense aligned auras, and no information beyond presence or absence. It's 30-foot emanation.
So you get a sense of everything around you, but you hone in on this Assyrian woman here on the floor before you. She does have a pretty potent aura. Not everyone does. Most people, as a matter of fact, do not. Those who have not truly devoted themselves to a deific cause or are not simply powerful enough don't really exude any kind of alignment. But she has a pretty potent energy of absolute neutrality. It's not the lack of an aura, but the sheer mundanity of it that you feel as you pull the magic out of the scroll and the paper burns away.
What was that?
I think we should let her out.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
If you want to
Alright.
pick the lock, I'm just going to save us the time of rolling for really just determining whether it takes you
Forever.
10 seconds or 2 minutes. It's something you're able to get open with some small amount of time. As you all hear the latch click and the gentle squeak of the iron hinges, the door swings open. Still, she does not move.
And then I'm going to approach her. She has the necklace on her too.
She does
The
have a
collar.
collar on her,
It
yes.
has, what kind of lock does it have on it?
The latch on it is basically a small keyhole. There's clearly some kind of a smaller key or device that unhooks these, but they're not impossible to remove with your tools and the same skills that you would use to pick a lock. Would be nearly impossible to do without tools or without being able to see it, as it's a pair of small holes that need to be latched together. But you're able to pop it open without much effort.
If you being captured and tortured is penance for the way you live your life, then I guess this is also just fate.
Perhaps.
And I believe it is... That's the way of putting it, Reginald. My purpose, our destiny, my fate to go kill the 3, 4, however many there were that did this to you. I suffered the same thing as should she.
Well said.
Closes your eyes again and nods rather slowly. Once, I would have sought similar vengeance, believing I had been wronged. This was a cruelty of the universe and not simply the whims of a fate self-inflicted. But so too, as you say, are you here now? Perhaps I misread things, but either way, it is no matter. I can no longer affect the outcomes that will befall me.
The door's open. Your agency is your own.
If you wish to take me from this place, I will not resist you.
That's not what we said.
Well, there really isn't a way to leave. We're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah,
Front door.
I haven't.
No,
We've kind of locked ourselves
Even
in.
just to get back. So after we take
I
care
mean,
of
the front door.
Yeah, but it might be just fine for her to stay here and then for us to come back for them, I guess.
And you have nothing you can tell us about anything upstairs.
Nothing that would change the way events will play out, no.
And you just-
Nothing that would make a difference.
Well, I still want to hear it, whether it would make a difference or not.
I see no cause for it. Mind, it is not because I bear you any ill will, or rather, any will at all. I simply do not see the purpose. I conserve my energy now, most days, as I can.
I really feel like we should have rations with us. Do we have any kind of rations?
And she does, I mean, this probably goes without saying, but she does look as starved and
I was gonna
famished
say.
as Calvetta did. But
we
she
never
doesn't-
talk about it, but is there like common
She
rations that
seems
we have?
Out
per
of
people?
game, I would say. I think we would. We're travelers. Like,
You would
we
probably,
have stuff on
I mean,
us.
We
yeah,
have
if you had like your
stacks.
packs, you probably got
Yeah.
some rations on.
Cool.
That's just
All
like
right.
a thing.
So is that cool if we have some rations? Then I will.
Sure,
I
If you
will.
want to pause
Yeah,
of basic
fish.
rations, say you had them, I'm not going to hold that against you.
I would.
We're
like
like 11th level characters. I don't think we really think about that stuff.
Right,
anymore.
right.
We got a granola
that's
bar.
like-
Nature Valley.
Yeah.
We have a ranger.
Don't get crumbs everywhere.
Your ranger doesn't eat people food.
Right.
Yeah, but he can still catch his people.
I
food.
eat
Don't
people
talk about the
food.
rations that are in his bag.
I thought that was good.
Prisoner,
All right.
prisoner three, the prisoner 3 rows over. That's his ration.
So yeah, Reginald, you can absolutely pull out
Yeah,
like some granola or hardtack or something.
Look, listen.
Try to put
This
it-
is just to hold you over for now. When we figure out a way out, I think it would be good for you to also leave with us when the time comes.
if that is your wish.
I wish.
As I spoke, I will not resist.
Are you cool with just dying here? You're okay with just?
Apparently she is. So
I have made my peace with whatever the universe has in store for me. I have earned this.
You just like ebb and flow with the wind? Is that kind of like what you do? But there's no really any much wind up here.
There is little effort in concerning myself with matters I can no longer influence. Things will happen as they do. The die will fall as it is cast.
Do you have family?
I do.
Do you want to see your family again?
If that is in my future, I would welcome it. But if it is not, I have made my peace.
Just leave the door open. I feel like
Door's open.
let her do what she's gonna do. We
I'm sitting here in storage stuff more than like.
Okay. I think you're ready. I think we just leave the other one the way it is, the way she is.
Yeah.
And then
got what she deserved.
and then from We're gonna go upstairs.
Cammy's ready.
Listen, if I can give you a piece of advice.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of things that you've seen. Keep them in your perception, not focused on those things. Okay? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get to your head. Just don't focus on what the job is.
Okay.
You good? MD, that kind of goes for you, but you seem to be doing well.
I'm literally glaring at him. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of shuffle a little bit closer to Reginald, just kind of like hovering, sort of
So
in the
as you
shadows of.
move back across the cell block towards the staircase, the two of you know leads up to the torture chamber above. What are you all doing?
I, Marius, the Gold Dwarf Ranger,
Oh, nice to meet you. Great introduction.
will kind of follow the leader since they
done
kind
it
of know where they're going.
This is his role in life. We all have our roles to play, and Marius's is to remember character introductions. So,
I'll let them lead the way, but I'm going to continue to kind of just be a little bit more seeker, just kind of keeping an eye out.
perception,
and
looking for
perception,
hidden things,
feeling
dangers, and right
things.
fair.
I'm going to be 100% in the way as MD, the full-blooded orc rogue. And as we approach the tops of the stairs, I'm going to signal everyone to hold off, and I'm going to like tap my armor 3 times to activate invisibility.
Okay. You see him triple tap his armor, and then out
There's
from
no
that,
cycle.
first his torso disappearing, this effect shimmering out across his head and his limbs as he turns transparent. You can still see vaguely the slight distortion in the air of him standing where he was, and as he steps away, you almost immediately lose sight of him if you're not really trying to look.
And I play Cammy, the itty bitty gnomish witch, whose hands feel kind of funny. I'm gonna stand in the back where I belong.
All right, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and, I'm gonna still be thinking.
All right, recalling knowledge.
But if possible, I would like to. I feel like Cammy is still pretty, sort of taken with whatever magic just sort of shot out of her. So if possible, I think that she would find that her focus is still drifting to that.
It's hard to just get over this. in an
Yeah.
instant. You, much more than anyone else, has been absolutely just thrust into this. You just woke up
Yeah.
here the same way you did last time, just fortunately on the other side of the bars, but it's only a little better. How about you?
My name's Brett. I play Reginald Sagacious Fox. And I'm probably... Do we want to actually have you in between? Like where I'll be all the way in the back, and then you'll kind of be in between us?
I'll go wherever
feel like-
Reginald
I feel
tells
like
me to go.
I'll-
Let me be so real.
It's like, yeah, so I'll I'll take all the way in the back. Just so nothing can pop up behind us.
I'll remember character introductions someday, but man, there's just so much stuff I want to do at the start of every episode. You come in like all these
Yourself.
plans. I'm like, I got this nightmare scene with Calvetta here with the other. I'm like, I got so much stuff in my head. I'm like, all right, the people that are here in the room with me, those people.
I'm a people.
You're a people.
Giant purple
Good
people.
People.
MD disappears from existence and makes his way up to the top of the staircase, assuming that you are all hanging back, as he kind of indicated, by himself. It leads to exactly what you expect. A large chamber filled with torture devices. Racks, Iron Maidens, spike chairs, clamps, and vises near.
As of
Everything
right
you-
now, I do want to say I want to have that new staff, and then I want to have my pipe in my other hand.
Okay. Everything, almost everything you
Pretty much.
just could imagine, but don't have to. You've lived it. You've experienced many of them. You can still see that many of the implements are stained with fresh blood, and even the air itself has a coppery tang. You've seen this chamber before. And once again, you see the insane mess of strange pipes, black tubes, conical horns extruding out from random places at strange angles, and you hear that low, ever-present wailing sound just emanating through the air. That echoing, ringing, permanent scream carried through this room by the massive machine sprawling across most of the walls. On the far side of the chamber, the very western wall, some 60, 70 feet away, is the main bulk of it. The controls of whatever this apparatus are. Levers, valves, gears, and switches arrayed into this in a fashion that you were never able to make any sense of before, and now is no different. And you see a figure. A red-headed, dark-skinned woman. You've seen up here, not every time that you arrived, but many. Mechanic. Woman wearing some heavy olive apron draped across her body. Down on her knees at the far end of the room, torquing away with a massive wrench at something amidst this mess. You've seen her around off and on when you were up here. She was not one of the devils responsible for the torture directly, but worked very closely with them, maintaining all this equipment.
Can I change something really quick?
What's
Sorry.
my pleasure?
I wanted to actually, not the staff, I want to have my crossbow out, and then my pipe.
Crossbow pipe, all
Yeah,
right.
crossbow
Right.
pipe.
Doesn't know.
Sure.
You're not up
I
here.
want to clarify.
Assume he's up by himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
See this room before you. This woman at work, the only way you've ever seen her. There's doors leading out of this chamber. The far end, almost the opposite corner, and over out of the left wall. Well, will be to your left, the southern wall. You've never seen where either of them go.
There's no sign of the demons or devils in this room.
No signs of the devils. No signs of other prisoners, save for the smell in the air and the blood on the equipment. Just this mechanic.
I am going to... Cammy feels a flush of anger pulse over through our connection. And I am just going to rush the mechanic and turn her around and just grab her, breaking invisibility, and just grabbing her by the scruff of her neck, by the scruff of her.
She's pretty
Collar.
far across the room, so she turns as you approach, hearing the sound, and looks for a moment before her eyes kind of hone in on your almost glass form rushing forward before you do exactly that. And you all hear the clatter of metal on stone as this massive wrench falls from her hands. And MD thrusts her up against the machine. Well, the rest of you all hear this. You hear him sprint across the room. Are you coming up, or...?
We should join
Set
him.
off a vibe here, but let me get within 30 feet of her real quick.
30 feet's pretty far. You're rushing to like the middle of the room if you want to get within 30 feet of her. If Cammy's running up the stairs there.
I'm going right, I'll be right
we
behind
obviously
Cammy.
have to.
I'm right behind Cammy.
At that, everyone else rushes in, and the woman whose name you would know, they've referred to Orsophelius before. You have heard her spoken to, you've heard her name called by the devils, you know it. She would look at you, somewhat bewildered. You? And then across the room, and her gaze would actually linger onto Marius. Her reinforcements? How are you here?
Now I'm hungry.
I took a flight.
How did you get into these cell blocks?
A door.
The way is closed.
A door.
Why would you return?
To kill the others and you. To figure out why we're here in the first place.
Is this... And she just kind of chuckles a little bit. Yathkev gave you some way through. Something Arknar doesn't know? Is that how you got in?
What?
What? She seems confused by the fact that you're confused. Who are you? She says this directly at Marius. Oh, man's got his bow drawn. I don't recognize your face. You are from Lang.
Yeah, so what's the matter? I'm here with them.
You work here, yes?
No?
It's a good plan for next time, by the way.
Right.
Solid plan.
I look just like the guy.
Yes, yes.
I see her chuckles again, looks back at MD. Oh. So you are nothing then. You've come for vengeance? I just work here.
I don't care.
Not anymore. I'd like to cast Rip the Spirit.
Oh.
You don't work here anymore.
What's Rip the Spirit do?
It's my 5th level spell.
It causes someone to be
This
immediately
is
fired.
the experience
Sorry,
of the average
I
retail
just-
worker.
There's no way that I can hold back anymore.
I feel like she is gonna make some kind of a save.
A fortitude save.
Say fortitude save?
I'm gonna do that one.
Okay, well, Ghost of Azan gave me a hero point for a reason, so I guess I'll use that. Thanks. It was targeted, it had a name on it. I'll take
It's for level 2 janitor.
I should save this spell slot, but
Hey,
I'm
she's
not
a
going
mechanic.
to.
janitor, yeah, she's a
Trained.
mechanic, excuse me. Respect. She got a 44.
Yeah. She's a senior mechanic.
She might be a little bit stronger than we thought.
That's a crit success.
So you cast a spell, you see her wince a little bit and shake her head. And she puts a hand up and shoves MD back with a 47 versus your fort DC.
Yeah.
Shoves him, and you see MD fly back 10 feet across the room. Get your hands off me. Why are you here? You were free. You're the only two that have ever escaped Black Shores, and you came back?
We don't even know why we were here in the first place. We want answers.
I don't know. I fixed the machines. I can't give you answers.
Hey, we're also here for
We're here to talk to.
the account.
They don't. She doesn't even know this. Doesn't matter.
How'd you do that?
What is this machine?
You have no idea what you're getting involved in here. I would suggest you leave, but I think we both know it's too late for that.
Yeah.
Besides, I'm hungry, and you brought me food. And she looks directly at Marius.
You eat them? Okay, that's weird.
Leave him, and don't forget I saw the rest of you.
We're not gonna do that.
Okay?
Highly intelligent.
Pick the wrench back up off the ground. Then we do this my way. And just charge forward. Roll me some initiative.
Love this.
Sounds like
Guys,
this.
that was scary for me. That was a big roll.
You did a level
gonna
5
pick
I
spell.
did use a villain point. I did roll twice. But
You didn't use it?
I did use a villain point.
Oh,
I did
that
Was that 44? Did you
use
roll a
Ghost
natural?
of Azan's villain point. I did roll twice on that.
He also rolled like a 47 to
Yeah,
show.
that's
Shove you.
plus 20 something.
It's that's plus 20 something.
I mean, we got plus 20.
It's accurate.
We got plus 20 somethings.
We're all in the same ballpark
Oh,
here
yeah.
together.
Yeah, she's just
Okay,
scary.
I'll just put that over there and. I guess that's done.
You say, as she picks up her wrench, I draw my sword at the same time.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can have your
gosh.
weapon out. You draw your sword, she picks up her wrench. We can just skip the weapon drawing phase here. We're ready
Thank
to
you.
go.
Thank you. You're gracious.
Marius,
39.
39. MD.
I asked this because it's a very important question. The 23.
Ooh.
Very, very important.
Cammy.
Listen, I'm really taken aback. Cammy was ready to blow something up.
She tried.
You did
So-
really
Did a
good.
good effort.
I think.
Oh, Cosmo's son said, "Oh, I missed that." Oh, give me the
good.
hero point back.
Okay.
Thank you. Your villain point.
So I rolled a 25 for my initiative.
So yeah, we're pre-rolling. As a reminder, we're pre-rolling villain points now. I declare them before I roll and just roll twice and take the better. So
She's
advantage,
higher- yeah,
I take the better.
she's higher than me.
Oh, advantage, I take the better.
Where did you
I
guys
guess
roll
I'm
on your
crossing that
initiative?
off. That's crazy.
Disadvantage, I can't do it retroactively. Reginald,
I'm going to use my thing. I'm going
see-
to roll DC 11. If I get
Yep.
above 11, it's a 19 plus my initiative.
everything
mod.
stops for a moment. You transfer to this strange space
I rolled
at a
a
time.
12.
12's above 11, so that's like you got a 19.
plus 18, 37.
You destabilize the timeline and accelerate the hell out of it. And Orsophelius,
Rolls a 1. Just a flat 1.
gonna go right in the middle with a 35.
Okay.
All right, Marius, you're up first.
Arrows.
Arrows.
Deadly aim.
Pew, 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 pew.
That's probably gonna miss. It's what are my numbers again? 29. It's like a 27.
27. Yeah, as you shoot at her, you kind of across there is very sudden. Right, she launches forward, that arrow just goes a little bit wide, trailing right behind her.
2 more shots.
2 more.
Ooh.
That's a 20 ooh? Is that a 20 ooh?
That's a 20 and a 17.
Ooh!
Right.
Ooh! Okay, now I see the ooze.
Yeah. Okay. So
Maurice says-
we got the 20, and then the 17 is gonna be 35.
So there's 20, yeah, it's both hitting. Look good.
All right.
Marius says nobody threatens to eat me.
They both hitting.
I eat.
Okay, I'm gonna do the
Mom.
regular hit first, just while I remember all of my numbers here. Watch it to see. Okay, it's this, and then it's prey. Okay.
That's big ooh.
Yeah. So. Ooh. Okay. 8, 1, 3. Okay, that's 14 for the regular, and then I got D10.
14.
Lower. 8. 18. 20.
14.
Wait, no, hold on. That's
14 plus 16,
so 16, 30, 32
plus 4.
plus 4,
36.
36.
36 and 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And is she pinned? Is she up against the wall?
Yeah, she's right next to the machine.
Yeah, then I believe she would be
50
pinned.
total from those 2 shots. All right. You got an action left, I believe.
I do. So I'll give her another arrow, hopefully.
Right as she goes to run forward, she gets 2 arrows, one right in her shoulder and one through her side. That
17
you hear the
actually
clank
hits
as it
her.
sticks back in the machinery.
That's a 33.
33. A third arrow sails out and hits and glances off her. 33 will not hit.
Okay.
Guys,
We've
we
got
picked
a
too big
number.
of a
34.
fight. I thought that she
34
was
is what
going
we're
to be the
aiming
weak.
for.
Reginald.
Okay.
I
So I have this. I actually have this hero point that I might use if you help
Okay.
me tell me what it is. Okay.
Help me understand what
Help me
it is.
understand
We can
what
do
it is.
that.
I mean, it's pretty simple, but I'm like, wait, is this an extra attack? When you take the stride action, you make a ranged strike at any point during this movement. Is
Holy
that
crap, run and shoot is getting run and shot. It's actually happening. Yes, you can move.
Hey!
And as part of that move, you can also make a ranged attack for free.
that's what
Basically
that
gives you a
is?
free action to shoot your crossbow, yep.
So I am going to run and shoot, which is basically one action
It
because
is
of
literally
this,
one action,
with
yes.
spending
With that
this
hero
card.
point card, one action.
Okay, so I'm going to run and shoot, basically straight down the alley, like right behind MD.
How far forward?
I'm going to keep him in front.
Okay, right behind him. Literally right behind him.
Yeah, so I'm
you
going
duck around to the center of this
Yeah.
aisle of these torture devices.
Yeah.
Between an Iron Maiden and a spiked chair covered in shackles, and rush up and take a shot past him. If you want to, do you want to devise? I'd let you devise first. If you
Oh,
can.
yeah, devise a
Remind me
strategy.
your cases right now.
Here, the devils.
The devils?
That was.
I'll give it to you. I'll
He's
give
got
it
a
to you.
case of the
it was-
devils.
I'll give you the
I got a
devils.
case of the
It
devils.
was trying to figuring out these things.
Yeah, if it's about like the 3 torture devils, I'd definitely give it to you,
Yeah.
Aristophanes. It would be a free action, so you devise a stratagem.
It's really a shame.
You probably don't want to play run and shoot then if you know it's gonna miss.
Then I ran.
Right? You just run
'Cause
and run.
Just like normally.
Yeah, just
So
normal
as I
run up.
ran, I was like, I can't get a pinpoint on this. Does that mean you're gonna let me take this
Yeah, you
back?
can take it.
You're a good man,
I'll
Charles
give you a
Brown.
refight. It's been a minute since you
Yeah.
had to like really fight something. Yeah.
I should have done that
She's
first.
scary.
Yeah.
Spooky.
I'm scared.
So that was my action to run. Then, but I can't attack her in any way, right?
Any attack is gonna get that result that you devised.
Yeah, right. So then what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna throw cast Forbidden Ward on MD, right in front of me. So I run up to him, which is 2
No.
actions. Which is 2 actions.
So, as you rush up behind you, you feel this energy come over. Orstophelius goes to rush forward with the wrench and immediately takes 2 arrows. You get stuck back in the machinery, and a third kind of glances off her shoulder. All right. She's going to reach down. I mean, it's rolling a formality. It's a natural 20. Yeah, she pulls the arrow out. I was like, yeah, natural 20. That's pretty good.
It used an action.
She's going to, yeah, and a natural 20 that's not hitting you. So that's probably good.
Thank you.
Oh gosh. This
She
didn't
just
feel good.
snaps the shaft of the arrow and pulls herself off of it, tosses it to the ground. Get out of my way! I'm hungry! Sanguinum expulsione! And swings her hand, and as she does, you see a wave of black and purple energy just cast out in a massive shock across the room. This wave surges through the torture devices, stopping just shy of Marius, who is exactly 35 feet away from Orstophelius.
King of positioning.
That magic
That
number.
gave you what, +1 to your AC? Forbidden Ward?
I am going to need a fortitude save from the other 3 of you, though.
Ward.
Gives you
I'm a
+1.
little better at those lately.
Can I offer you a nice 35?
What is it?
35 is solid. 35. Whoop, scroll down.
Oh!
35 is, I'm sure it's a success, and it is not a critical success. That is what it is. It is a success, and it's not a critical success.
So
I
Unless
also
it's a
rolled
critical,
critical
success.
success.
You have a fort, too. It's everything but will. It's just will, right?
I get will eventually.
Bro gets all of them.
Bro gets all of
You
them.
just get not hit by things. That's fair. All right, Cammy.
a 37.
Success, not a critical success.
35.
Success, not a critical success. So we have a critical success,
It was a very high number though.
and you two will both be taking half from this blast. So
How?
I'll just roll half the dice because that's way easier for me because there's like a lot of them.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that was half?
Oh my.
It's going to be 23. 23
Okay.
points of negative damage as you feel. Oh,
And as the damage hits Cammy, scars on MD do kind of open up and slightly start to bleed as I take 5 points of it.
okay.
She's within 3 feet of me.
And it's an interesting feeling. It's almost kind of a numbness, this exhaustion that you've come to associate with negative damage. But after she sends this wave across, she clenches her fist and pulls the energy back. And you see her almost start to glow a little bit.
Other people aren't allowed to heal. That's like one of the main
Get her, she's the healer.
rules. Get her, she's the healer.
Get the one in the apron! All right,
Decker.
Cammy.
Man, that was a big spell, so now I'm kind of worried about casting anything. I'm a little bit actually scared. Let's do, I don't really know who she's hitting yet, although that would be really good. But maybe later. Talking to myself.
That's cool.
So,
Cool and normal. We all do that sometimes.
Cammy in the middle of battle.
still kind of, because of course this is why it's taken so long to get to her initiative, not because I rolled low. The story is that I'm so shaken after just letting loose a huge energy blast at her, and it just glancing off like a little spark. She's just gonna kind of look back towards Marius and be like, that was my best one. And that stoked the heart.
You feel stoned?
and I needed that spell. So then I'm going to, kind of, looking back towards her, putting out good intentions for Marius's next turn. I'm going to focus in on any glancing wounds that we've already cast on her as this rage just burns
Got an arrow
within.
sticking out of her.
Yeah. As this rage just burns within Cammy, bubbling up. This is Blood Spray Curse. So I'm gonna need a Fortitude save.
Second verse.
34.
Well, it's not a crit, so don't you feel foolish. So, for 1 minute, the first time each round that she takes at least 10 piercing or slashing damage from a single strike, it will deal 2d6 additional.
Ooh, okay. First time each round?
First time each round.
All right.
As I'm just literally, Cammy, with her fist closed, shaking, just willing her to suffer.
MD.
Cool. MD getting pushed back. He's regaining his footing. He's like down and ready to sprint. He's full charges her. And as he's running forward, he raises his shield out, and it's the same tried and true tactic of bashing out with the shield and following up with the short. Having a short sword behind a shield, effective.
Well, yeah, it's one of history's tried and tested successful combos. Yes,
This is going to be a twin feint.
the shield is as much a weapon as it is a shield.
So
You can just hit people with it.
I can
It's
just,
big and heavy and hard.
Can just hit people with it. This is going to be a twin feint. So first with the shield.
Okay.
Want to be flat-footed for a strike. 16 plus 22 is a 38.
38 will hit as she kind of turns her shoulder towards it, but just takes the brunt of it. Not even really trying to get out of the way, just turning and taking it.
For a total of 5, 8 plus C, then 15 damage.
15, okay.
Bludgeoning.
And you see this hit, that glow, that energy from her spell, physically gets shunted out of her. But she doesn't move much.
And as that first hit comes through, this sword is going to be aiming right underneath the ribs.
Flat-footed.
Now, I was going to save this to use on Cammy, but I actually can't use it on Cammy unless she's incapacitated.
Ah,
That may happen.
It could happen.
anything's possible.
But
Ooh, don't hold. That's not like the craziest idea you've ever said.
it may happen. But thank you, Sully. This is your hero point that you gave me.
Oh!
That's why I was going to save it for Cammy.
I see.
It's because
Yeah.
it's protect the innocent.
Protect
I
the
see.
innocent.
Yeah,
That's
reroll me.
Going to a 1.
Oof. You go to swing and she does. Just you expect some give as you hit her because you fought large brutish monsters before, but it's just difficult through your rage to see her as anything but just a person that you can crush. And it kind of when you hit her like a concrete wall, it sort of throws you off, and she just holds shoulder up against your shield. Your shield's as much in your way as hers, and that's gonna just miss. Marius.
Arrows again.
Arrows
I'm
again!
Not liking the look of this. So, deadly aim again. Okay, that's a 14 or 35.
35 you fire.
33. So which misses again.
Is your within volley 30? Because you're out of 30.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
I
you're
was doing deadly aim, which is
Ah,
-2.
33 will miss. Yes, 33 is going to just, up in this melee now with the two of them, it's just going to glance off her.
Wait. Oh, no, that's the only damage. Okay.
Stoke no
double
make it.
shot.
Stoke hit hard.
I'm gonna re-roll one of these, because Marius is just like
He's just
really
firing
wants
into
us to
melee
go.
here. It's like, and there's arrows flying up right next to you.
just seeing that one spell like come up like right in front of him, and suddenly healing. He's really trying to concentrate here. Oh no, that missed the last one. And
Keep rolling through
one
threes.
more.
He's firing.
He's consistent.
Come on, Marcus,
firing.
please.
He's firing.
Concentrate.
The energy of the
Exactly the
Same
roll.
number.
How many,
Oh,
how many
how'd you
rounds
do
did you
that?
get your spell?
A minute.
It's last
Okay,
the whole
so
fight,
it's
yeah.
No. He can do it
Reginald.
next time.
Okay, I'm going to devise a stratagem and move.
Do you devise
Deal.
first? Devise is its
Devise
own
If
thing.
you do piercing or slash. Oh, it's a good strategy.
Now do that
That's
thing.
39, son.
That's a pretty good strategy. All right, so what are you doing? You got
If you
3
know how
actions.
to do either of those, you'll get it too. It doesn't have to be him. Piercing or slashing.
Your crossbow.
I don't know what you
my
do.
crossbow.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think my staff is bludgeoning. That new staff is bludgeoning, I believe,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go south and then down. South 2 and then down 3.
So up to like the side. So not into melee or
Not into melee.
just
Not-
kind of up next to this like.
back up 2 more because
just
of
like
my,
this little-
and then back up 1 more, then go back up 1 more. Back up. Yeah, right there.
Around the side of the machine. Okay.
Yeah. And then so while I was running, I am using this running shot.
Oh, okay, so it's a free shot
a
with
free
your
shot.
devised stratagem.
Yes. And which I'm 39. I'm guessing that hits.
So shooting around this big object in front of you is going to give her regular cover, which is just basically +2.
Oh, that's a big object?
These are big objects.
Oh, I
So
thought it
these
was
are
like a
big torture.
table.
These are like freestanding torture devices. Like some
Oh.
of them are chairs and tables, but they're all pretty elaborate. They're
Oh,
like,
if I would have known that.
well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you want to be not on the other side of that, it's
Yeah, I
like
didn't want to
these
be
are
on the
+2.
other side of
So
that.
if you go 1 forward, you'll be fine. So 39
Yeah.
shoots around the side of this. Absolutely going to hit her from the side as she's
Okay,
focused on
so
it.
it is
It's just arrows coming from every direction in Orsophelius here.
2d6, which that's 8, plus 2.
10,
So-
that's the number
10
you
is the
needed.
number. But do you do any more?
Yes, and then my devise a stratagem.
Oh,
which
then
is-
your precision damage and stratagem, that's right.
So 10 plus, wait, it's 8, 20. So it's total of 20.
20 plus blood spray curse triggers.
Plus another 6.
Plus another 6.
26
Yeah.
damage from this tiny little crossbow bolt that just hits right into her side
Right.
and buries right under her ribs.
And that's only one action
That's
that I
one
have.
action. You have 2 left.
Right where I was aiming.
You didn't get the sneak attack damage, but he basically
He
did.
did.
it's
He really
sneaky.
did.
He picked it up.
I don't want to. I keep getting that extra 2d6 with your spell.
It's once per
round.
round.
Oh,
So
once
you,
per round,
you-
so I already
you
used
checked
it.
the box. You checked the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to. If I reload and fire again, I don't get my devise a stratagem. It's just another reload and fire.
Yeah, we reload and fire. You just a normal shot. Yep.
Yeah.
You can only devise once a round. Once a
Yeah,
turn.
yeah. So I will reload and fire again.
Jeez, I'm gonna back up. Ba-tunk. -5 on the second shot for attacking twice in a turn.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, yep, not gonna do it.
So.
She takes this, and she takes this arrow, and as he's showering in from the distance, as she holds MD, she turns her head and looks over towards Marius. And just kind of laughs. You have no idea how much work I've put into these machines. And makes a little gesture, almost just like a motion to approach. It's not at you, it's like right next to you. And there is an intricate, you're standing kind of next to a pretty big, intricate torture device here that looks almost like a big metal frame. It winds up like a spiral, wrapping around inlaid with these razor thin blades. And as she does, it, of its own volition, unwinds and starts to wrap out towards Marius.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. Better you than us. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Where are my stats for the little
You just said it.
Oh, there they are. It's gonna be a 35 to hit you.
Yep.
Yep. Regular hit or critical hit? That's regular, hit, right? Okay,
yes.
we're real boys now.
We're real boys. And Cammy.
So you are going to take. Oh, my D6, come back.
Oh, it's a 0.
My plans
You are going to take 17 points of slashing damage from this. So kind of slashing and bludgeoning damage as this thing wraps around you, and it is very much going to attempt to pull you into it.
That I don't like.
Into
No.
the
Oh,
torture
no.
device. So this is a grab, so it's against your fortitude DC.
Okay, that's plus 10 on fortitude.
Yeah, this is your fort plus 10.
31.
28. So you're just gonna slip out. It's gonna rake these blades across you, but not manage to pull you into it.
Marius sees it coming, kind of like jumps back like a cat, kind of like really wanting to get out of that.
And then even as Arcephalius' attention is still turned over towards Marius, she swings up with this wrench and starts a pretty blindingly quick, brutal flurry of blows at MD. She is going to swing her wrench twice and then raise a leg up and just kick back at you. 3 swings.
She's a monk. She's a monk. Get her.
Wrench monk.
Wrench monk.
Swing
Nice.
the first. Very cocked. Swing the first.
I miss.
40 even.
It's a crit even.
With your shield up?
My shield's
Is
not
it-
up. I don't have
didn't-
enough actions to shield.
No, you had to
shield.
move and flurry. That's right. You
Yeah.
don't have your shield up.
You're getting too many crits.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be 38 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mhm.
It is a very powerful swing, but she is kind of just hitting you with a wrench. This isn't like a weapon. It's heavy, but it's not bladed or particularly effective at bashing through your armor. She's just swinging it frighteningly hard. She swings again. 36
It hits.
with the -5 per second attack. For 24 points of bludgeoning damage. Let you figure out whether the first one was a low roll or the second one was a high roll. I'll leave that one to the viewers at home to do the math. And then these 2 hits with the wrench, she kind of batters some space, brings her leg up, and just a big kick around the side, almost just seeming like she's trying to just shove you out of the way here. Third
The 20?
to 20.
Natural 20?
It's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
So it's a 36 total. So yeah, it's definitely it's gonna crit. She got agile on the kick. The kick's just an unarmed attack. Wrench not so much. Okay. Leg. It's like they're D4s. How bad can it be? She's just kicking him.
Just, yeah. It's-
2 crits in 1 turn? Cautious.
Guys, she's the janitor.
18 mechanic. 18
But, like,
points of bludgeoning
she's like,
damage.
She's like an employee. We're gonna go try and fight
This
the big
is-
ones after this.
And as she
This
has
is
this
bad.
combo, just big wrench, kick, and pushes MD back and makes some space. Well, I'll admit this is entertaining. None of the prisoners have ever put up a fight. I haven't had to work for my food since, well, last week, honestly. But this is fun too. Cammy.
Oh, she's tough. We're in trouble.
She is not bloodied.
I'm bloody.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Good to know.
I have 80 on her right now, not bloodied.
You have 80 on me.
Hey, we're evenly
Oh
matched.
my gosh, twins.
Let this be our final battle.
85. I have
Oh, no,
5
no,
from
no.
her.
Oh, that's
That's
fair.
my
Well,
bad.
she had -11 from the spell, so
That'd be
you
her
did
final
91, but 80 of it stuck.
Cammy would be sort of just like rendered motionless in the middle of this room, fists clenched, face expressionless, as she's just nearly like vibrating and twitching, just almost foaming at the mouth, seeing like the author of the worst 2 weeks of her life in front of her, just willing the same sort of long, agonizing pain that she inflicted on her. I'm going to be sustaining your stoke, and then I'm going to, as I look to the machine behind her, collecting all of the pain and the screams, Cammy's going to, keeping her hands down at her sides, just slowly start to mold them as she imagines a giant, like, pipe coming off of the machine in the shadows, rendered, as she yanks it back, creating a sharp edge, severing it in half. I've created a slashing damage weapon.
Okay.
This is Malicious Shadow.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna try and get my own trigger.
Now, I have great news.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. No, do your thing. I'll get in a second. Let do your thing first. It doesn't affect this immediately.
Okay.
I'm just
All right.
excited. I've been sitting on it for like a whole round waiting. And like my patience is like, I want to see the thing.
Here we go.
No, it's actually good news.
Okay.
Not like sarcastically good news.
13 plus the 20 is going to be 33. That's a whole lot more than 10. So
More than 10 what?
You have to roll to
33
hit.
plus
You have
the.
to-
Ah! No! I was so excited.
That's a good damage, but you do have to hit her first.
You're so great about that. Here we go. Whee! No. 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 Shut up. Everybody shut up. I gotta read.
Everyone be
What's
quiet.
this say? You figure out how much damage I'm doing. I'm gonna figure out this. I know that you do that. I'm
You got my
gonna-
damage. I'm gonna hit her.
No. He missed on a 30.
I was seeing if it.
We have seen him. A 33 is missed. Yes, 33. Marius missed with a 33.
I should save these for like worst rolls in
Question.
the future.
So the shadow itself doesn't grant flanking, but do I grant flanking to the shadow?
Sure.
That's
I
crazy.
Because
can't-
it's hitting her from the other side of you, so I'll give her flat-footed.
Yeah.
We'll look up whether that's supposed to happen later, but it makes
All
sense to me.
Yeah, all it says is shadow doesn't take up space, grant flanking, or have any other attributes. A creature would, but it doesn't grant flanking. But
I think probably not, but it's cool, so I'll say it grants
Yeah.
flanking.
so what? With a 33.
Someone will
with
tell
the-
us in the YouTube comments.
Is the 33 with the -2 hit?
Well,
Are you
it's
going with
not
that?
even a 33.
Oh, it's not even
Let
a
me tell
33.
you that.
Oh, I
it
can't
was
even
a
see that.
29.
Oh, that doesn't hit.
No, it's not gonna. I know that it's gonna miss, and I know I should save these for like a little bit of a better thing, but I'm going to use it. I'm almost positive that this, what would have been a last stand. No, it's not. This one, sorry. This is from, no.
But
last stand.
if you have
Listen.
two that you really like, there's a third. Hero point from Nax too. If Cammy seems like she could use it.
Guys! Yay, thank you!
Here comes the airplane.
This one's good. We're keeping her.
Okay, so back
let's
to the
push
original
through the
plan
pain.
stands.
Great place for it. I'm going to be, thank you to Handsome Ganker. I gotta try this again. I'm so,
Come on, you can do
it. She also imagines her hand fumbling, and then she's like, no, get back here. And here we go, come on. Pretty good. 34 is pretty good. It's better than it was.
Also, they're flat-footed.
And flat-footed.
Because I gave it flat-footed, a 34 will hit.
Yeah!
Okay,
Okay.
so we know it's 35.
It's 35. We scienced.
Now.
That's
Or
what
36.
Process of elimination.
Or 36.
Well, my 35 hit.
It's
Oh, you did.
35
Oh, you-
hit.
yeah,
Yeah, we
okay, yeah, you
science.
figured it
Process of elimination.
I forgot you hit with exactly 35 before. Yeah, it's 35.
Math.
Yeah, 35. All right, you figured out the number. Congratulations.
Okay.
We like math.
Now hit it consistently.
No. I refuse.
Here we go, people. Woo! That's gonna be 11 plus the, so that's going to be 26 damage,
Woo!
and that is more than 10. So it's actually going. No, come on, man, that's 2 ones. Anyways, it's 28.
28's 28.
28's 28. Oh, I want to hit her so bad, dude.
MD, as this shadow swings out this pipe, almost rising out from the machinery like a full-formed creature, slashing, and just the 28, pretty hard hit, kind of battering Orsophelius to the side for a second. Orsophelius is bloodied, and a figure in yellow appears in the edge of your vision, raising a hand towards you. Hold this for glances at the gnome. A critical moment. A bless for MD.
We haven't seen one in
We
so
haven't
long.
had a blessing.
They gave it to us
What
like
is
in
that?
here. And I was like, I want to say it's so bad. So the blesses, yeah, we haven't had a bless or a bane in a while. They are
those
when
are
you
so
roll a
fun.
nat 20 to hit somebody.
Yeah.
If you have a bless, you flip it over and it's going to have 4 effects. You pick whichever one you like the most. Anything that says they die instead is triple damage, but
Got it.
there will be 4 different effects you can choose from. So we always get the sauciest one.
Yeah, dude.
South.
Oh, that's so
But it's
fun.
only nat 20s, the trigger. Not that that's, I mean, critting and nat 20s are probably the same
Yeah.
word in
At
this fight.
point, yeah.
But
You got this.
I'm going to glare at Reginald as he peeks his head around this machine. I'm going to glare at him like, move up. Distract her.
I'm going. I have small feet.
He's fumbling with his crossbow.
As I say that, I quickly, with my shield hand, just tap the armor 3 times for 1 action, go invisible,
Woo, gone.
and I stab at her.
Pretty flat-footed.
Pretty flat-footed.
No. Oh no.
I rolled a 1.
Do you have any?
You turn invisible.
No, I don't.
Oh.
No, I don't.
You-
No. I turn invisible.
Oh.
She asked if I had a hero point.
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah.
You
I have
turn
0.
invisible and you swing out. This blade comes back up, and you feel she's flat-footed. She doesn't dodge it. You have like this clean shot here as she gets hit by this shadow, and the tip of your short sword strikes her right in the abdomen, and just skates across her skin. And she turns her attention back to you. You have 1 action left.
Racial.
Yeah, don't make that mistake.
Fair. Marius.
All right. I'm gonna change things a little bit because I gotta be fair since you mentioned it for Brett. I didn't realize that the machines were all huge and technically would be blocking my line of sight. So
They're all like
I'm
functionally
going to-
smaller medium creatures for cover, basically. So yeah, I guess you actually would have them a little bit in the way too.
So I'm gonna at least. I think I would kind of have line of sight if I moved up diagonally.
Yeah, you
to
can
be
move around
basi-
behind the thing that is still swiping at you. By the way,
Yeah.
it's still trying to grab at you.
But move. Well, could I get up 1 so I'm basically diagonally above Cammy? Because I think I would sort of be able to see
Oh,
there.
yeah, you got a pretty.
Yeah.
If you move up,
And
yeah,
then I
you
wouldn't
could-
have to be
you could
shooting
give a
around.
decent shot. There's still. I'll give her lesser cover from there. There's still a bit of it in the way,
Oh,
which is +1. Which is the same thing you're going to get if
Yeah.
you're in the center of the aisle shooting past MD. It's going to be
Okay,
hard to. It's
yeah.
hard to not get
So,
lesser
yeah.
cover because your team
Alright.
gives them lesser cover.
I will stay there.
I'm in the way.
I'll give her a couple arrows, hopefully, maybe. First one, miss. Second one, maybe. Maybe. Let's see.
You know the number now.
I think she's immune to swords.
Nope, that's also a miss. And wait, she's not flat-footed now, right?
No.
Okay. And unfortunately, now that I've remembered that math exists, I know that the last shot can only hit on a nat 20.
Well, you
Do you
might
believe,
roll.
But I
Ranger
might
Boy?
as well try.
Do you believe?
Hey, what else you gonna do? Jump?
He moved. He double shot.
Nope.
He
Oh,
triple
yeah.
shot. As this
Gosh.
hail of
Halfway there
arrows
with the
just
10.
continues
suffering
to
out
shower
here.
across the room. Reginald.
All right. I as I took my 2 crossbow shots, I'll and then basically toss that to the side, pull out the big staff, run up, and then devise a stratagem as I'm running up.
All right, yeah. Move up, pull it,
Ew.
devise, and swing. So
Yeah.
give me your stratagem.
Come on.
First-
Well, as I am running
Distract them,
up,
Then discombobulate.
I am
Stick.
trying to.
Pop another 19.
Stratagem.
That's a pretty good stratagem.
Yep.
She's flat-footed.
Flat-footed from the
From me.
gang up. From gang
From
up. Yep,
gang
she's
up.
flat-footed too.
So that is a 37.
37 absolutely hits.
All right, so
good.
Yeah, we're not
that's the
doing it
devise. a
for-
Good
stratagem.
solid conk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big number.
Bump, bump.
Okay. All right. So that is that's 5 plus 4 is 9 plus my stratagem
Plus 10.
plus 10,
19.
so that's 19 plus 1d6 force damage from the
Yep.
staff.
Oh my gosh.
Pop. Another 2. What was that?
So
19?
21?
21.
21.
21?
Yeah. Was that all of them?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Stratagem.
all.
Yep.
You did it.
21.
MD can't be at 0. MD at 0. That's not allowed. Chat's here.
They're
Type
here.
1337 and is saying
Ascending
221.
from the
2
sky.
hero points. 2 hands together, both for MD. You cannot be at 0. You can't be at 2. 2 is
Uh-uh.
acceptable.
So yeah. So
that's-
as I threw the thing aside, and then I was basically paying attention to where I shot it before, and taking a big, nice bat swing. Just okay, this should do it as a wrench with the staff. And then that is what is that all my actions?
Yeah,
Move.
pulling that out, moving up, and hitting her is the 3 of them. Device is free
Good.
because your cases. But as you land this hit on her, she kind of stumbles forward a little bit.
Definitely like an uppercut swing. It's
Yeah,
like
just
a golf
a big
swing.
hit. She staggers a little from it, kind of throws her free hand up, and drops the wrench on the ground, and just drops on the tile. All right, fine. If I'm gonna feed anyway, I might as well show you what you're up against! As she starts to expand. Her arms shooting outwards, her fingers expanding into talons, her form massively increasing in size, pushing MD and Reginald back as she slams her hands down the ground, down on all fours. Her neck shoots out, her face extends, humongous horns arch outward as massive wings fold out from the back of a gigantic black dragon.
Why is it a dragon?
How does it fit in here?
Because this is
Oh no!
we're kind of in like a torture dungeon.
That
and-
Right,
makes so much more sense.
So as soon as he hit his strike, I was going to trigger my reaction. So as she's doing that,
Take your swing, buddy.
I just take a swing. As she's
Oh
letting her
no! Oh no!
You're stepping increasingly up while you
35.
she growing.
35 will hit.
She's
Flat-footed because you're still ganging up with Reginald.
Is she unholy? I don't think the unholy still.
If
It's just spirit damage. If
Oh,
she
yeah, it's
was
just spirit.
holy, she would take
Yeah.
bonus. But being unholy, she isn't. But even if she were, she wouldn't take the bonus.
And
Spirit
And I've
damage is
hit her
spirit
with a
damage.
couple arrows, so she's kind of holding.
she is. And I know she's not immune
have
to
fun here.
precision damage.
Nope,
'cause
she sure isn't.
Nuh-uh.
She is a dragon.
She is
It makes so much more
a
sense.
dragon. 2, 4, 10,
girl
13,
dragon.
falling into-
18, 19, 26 points of piercing damage.
Solid.
Big.
She's
26 points of piercing damage. With that hit, she is at death's door. And in her true form now, you can see these cuts and these slashes across her. The arrows now almost comically tiny embedded in her. But she is cut up. She is battered and hurt. She doesn't have that much more in the tank.
that strike is going to go across the tendon, and she's going to be enfeebled 1.
Okay. MD, at 2, that's not allowed either. The hero point from Handsome Ganker to put him up to 3. As she takes this hit, this draconic head extruding out from this long neck, she just rides her whole body. Roar! Be gone! And throws her head down and shoots out a blast from her mouth across MD, Cammy, and Marius. Absolutely washing the room in a hazy black and purple wave of fire and smoke. I need a reflex save from all 3 of you.
Hold please.
It will hurt you.
Okay, I didn't really even
Feel
bother.
free to do the check.
It's a vibe sort of thing. Felt bad, so. I'm gone. It's
Okay.
an at 20.
Well, you're taking a little less.
I get a +2 to it, and it's like equal
Oh,
to
did
my
you plus
level.
the save too?
I get +2 to the save, and then equal to my
Okay,
level
minus
resistance.
11 and plus 2 to save. That's solid. That's
Really
pretty good.
Not bad. Okay. Oh,
Marius is a little afraid, a little jumpy, so I'm gonna use a hero point from type 1337 to re-roll that. But unfortunately, it was still a 9 for a total of 30.
30 will fail.
Can I interest you in the 33?
33 will fail.
Oof.
that's so much better. A second ago, mine's a 34.
34 will succeed.
Sorry.
34 is
that little
exactly
extra juice.
the DC of the breath attack.
Now we know.
So
Now we know.
this wave of energy shooting out across the party. I need another D6. There we go. Please hold. Okay, so the total damage. Please hold.
No.
Okay.
No.
Really bad.
It's going to be 58 points of negative damage for MD, and then half of that, so 29 for Cammy. As this doesn't burn, it doesn't knock you backwards or anything. It's just this wave. Almost you, for a moment, feel your soul leave your body. This blast of pure negative
How we doing,
energy across you truly just drains you.
I'm becoming a spy.
Marius like great.
He's
Oh,
007.
Because I took
That's
5 of it from her.
Marius is bodily thrown backwards into the wall as this wave hits you like a fist. A massive blast of force. You take 65 points of force damage as this shreds you into the torture machines on the back of the wall. You two don't move. You kind of feel it and like stagger a little bit. It hurts, but there's no physical force. Marius is swept off of his feet and launched by the force of this.
That looks bad. How y'all doing? Make your way towards me if you need to.
Cammy,
Okay. You said she's bloodied?
she's death's door. She's in the bottom 25%.
I can keep sustaining this thing. I've never had to deal with a multiple attack penalty.
Well, that resets on the round, but like you don't. Can you swing it multiple times in a turn?
If I sustain it multiple times.
Okay, yeah, shit. Well, yeah, you'll get
So
multiple attack
I'm gonna
penalties.
think
You can
about
do
your
it.
stoke in a minute. I want to see how far I can go. I'm gonna at least do 2.
Get her.
You have to try to hit first. Son of it. I'm not used to having to roll an attack roll. Alrighty.
Before you roll that,
Okay.
I need all of you to make me a will save.
Even me?
Even you. Ursifelius here has just revealed her true and absolutely terrifying form, and it might affect the roll you're about to make.
A will save?
Will save.
That interests you?
It's another natural
It's a nat 20.
Doesn't affect her. She's fine.
I wanna kill her.
She wants her to die. She's
Yeah,
like, whatever. She's a
dude.
dragon. I don't care.
31?
31. You are frightened 2.
37.
You are frightened 1.
26.
Oh.
You are frightened 2. Not a critical failure.
Oh, good for
I'm gonna
you.
get the.
And then frightened is just going to, while you are so terrified that it's hard to focus. It's going to reduce all of your rolls and all your DCs, your AC, your saves by the value. So 1 for MD, 2 for Reginald and Marius until you can steady yourselves.
Oh, Cammy is gonna just gritting her teeth, watching her grow in front of her, getting afraid for a minute and be like, no! And I'm gonna try and hit her. No. It's,
You 8 or 20.
I hit her. Well, I mean, she's not frightened, so that's
I'm
good.
not,
I'm not scared.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Who to thank? Arcadus.
From the other day.
Whoa.
I don't know how that happened. I'm so sorry about the thank you. I really want to hit her.
I want you to hit her. I want that for you.
Cammy kind of. I'm so sorry.
Doesn't
I'm
make
really
it
so
better.
sorry. Cammy, kind of catching her breath for a second as she feels her heartbeat begin to accelerate, thumping out of her chest, seeing this giant creature in front of her. Tries to steady her breath as she really tries to hone in for this shot. You knocked it. It was.
Don't blame Greenie.
Well,
He's
it was
trying
a
to
10
help.
on the die, so that would be a 30 to hit.
30's not gonna hit. Not gonna hit the flat-footed.
I'm going
Not
again.
gonna hit. Do it again.
I'm
Minus
going
5.
again.
Second attack.
5.
Okay. It's higher. But I don't think
Is
that's
it at least
gonna-
if it's 5 higher, you're just breaking
5.
even.
Well, it's not 5 higher. It's a 29.
Yeah, if it's not okay. So that's you swing this shadow, but this massive. It's not hard to hit it, but her scales just rebuke these attacks harmlessly against her legs.
Those are soft underbelly to me.
I'm
One
gonna
action
do the
left.
smart thing, and I'm gonna stoke Marius.
She really wants to
Oh.
hit. MD,
Kind of
you now in
shrinking
this
in front of the
torture
dragon.
chamber, this huge, massive chamber, suddenly understanding why the ceiling of this room is like 20 feet overhead, why it was as large as it is, realizing that this dragon had been toying at this machinery the whole time.
If you're down to
Full
7, MD, if you make your way
terrifying
halfway to
form.
me,
MD, there's bloodlust in his eyes now as he drops down low, takes his sword and just jams it up with both hands. It's a short sword. It ain't going very far in a dragon, but it's a magical short sword.
It's a magical short sword. You rolled it
In the
into the
pocket.
slot.
It's a 16 on the die for a total of a 28. 38.
I was like, what?
Alright, minus 10.
38 will hit. 38 will hit.
Cool.
He's flat-footed. Reginald's right there.
So 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 17, 24 damage.
Okay.
Her
Good hit.
curse is still on her.
What kind was it?
Blood spray.
Yeah.
That's piercing.
Oh yeah.
2d6.
8.
8.
8.
8?
8.
8.
8?
Solid.
And with the sword, as the sword
A
goes
quarter
in,
per health is still a lot of health.
that's a lot. As the sword goes in, she's now weak 5 to piercing. As the debilitation takes effect, there is now just a gaping hole in her as MD wiggles it further and just shoves the sword even further in. 15 on the die is a total of a not high enough. But as he shoves the sword in, realizes he's not getting any purchase, pulls it out, and then shoves it back in and will
Yeah, one more
with
time.
reverse strike.
Okay.
The fail is immediately successful.
Ooh! Ooh! Okay. Okay, it's a hit.
Get
Mess
that
her
out
up.
of here. Thank you, by the way, for assaying 221 for that.
Yes.
That has your name on
That's
it.
powerful. Okay.
5, 11, 15, 17, 20, 23, 26, 33 points of damage.
All right.
You know what? We go for
Just
20s.
send it.
You don't want to move towards me?
Maybe you roll 20.
He wanted to die.
Just send
I know,
it.
but he's only down to
20,
7.
easy.
He wants it.
I rolled 20 minus 16.
As you land this last strike at this pair of hits, she takes these 2 big stabs, reeling her head back into a screech of agony.
Yes.
For weakness?
Yeah, weak 5 piercing.
A screech of agony. And Marius, right as you go to fire here, kind of reeling from this blast, you hear her cry out, "Ah, it's not worth this! I yield! I care not for Arknar's machinations! Spare me!"
Fuck you, buddy.
What?
What? No, I'm mad. I was waiting for you to tell me there was gonna be an effect. Why would we spare you?
I don't know why you're here, but if it's vengeance, it's not I you seek. Please.
Marius, what are you doing? Shoot her!
She's telling us to spare.
Shoot her!
I'm gonna shoot her still.
I can tell you everything! I've been here for decades.
Only I can understand this.
Oh, wait, what?
No, she's just yelling.
Okay.
No.
What? Then I'm gonna pause and see if anybody else says anything. I'm still about to fire.
The man in yellow? Is that not who we're looking for?
No,
He arrived
count.
here not long
count.
ago. I know where he is. You seek Rinsath, yes? The devil woman and her sisters.
Yes,
I'll tell you of them. Malza, Caesar, all the 3. Please.
How do we get back to... What's the name of the planet? The main planet? The main planet.
You know where we're from?
The caravanser.
No. How do we get back to Delarian?
Dreamland.
I've not magic or a way for that, but perhaps Arknar does.
Perhaps Yoth Calf does. Think they have ways to contact bounty hunters from across the plains. They have ways to reach beyond the Dreamlands. Please, I'm more valuable to you alive, surely.
And Heroku-san, the Great Mother, is impressed with your previous performance with the Aeon. But what is this, a dragon? This of anger and law, this court dragon cannot allow it to be your debts. I bet at the pendulum of fate a wheel for the party. And Orsiphelius surrenders, offering you possibly all the knowledge you could want about Black Shores and its denizens.
Marius is still extremely frightened and thinks this is some kind of devilish trick, but he's gonna continue to wait to see what everybody else is doing. And
We kill her or not, we're going to take our midstream break. We're gonna stand
Let's
up,
go to help us think.
stretch our legs, give you guys a minute to consider the situation while we get some snacks. We're gonna be about 10 minutes. If you're looking for something to do in the interim, why don't you check out some of our partner links down below this here video player. We've got quite a few. I want to shout out Arkenforge, the map software that lets arcadists throw together a spinning blender torture machine on the fly. That was on the map. I didn't put that there. It was just a little spiky chair stamp thing. He made a blender. He made a blender from a box of scraps. I don't even know how he got that. I'm pretty sure he kit-bashed a bunch of stuff together because you can play in the map-making software and just do stuff like that. Discount code UGT Show down below the channel gets you a deal on any of their primary asset bundles for fantasy or for sci-fi. They've got both, whatever kind of game you're running. Or if you want some physical stuff, check out Easy Roller, our newest dice partner. Whole spectrum of budgets, all kinds of dice. But wow, that is way more complicated
That's actually
than I thought it
really
was.
cool.
Whoa.
Holy crap. See, the chair in the middle is the thing that I put on the map. All the rest of that stuff's arcaded.
yeah.
Dang.
Easy Roller dice for any budget, all kinds. From your just fancy looking plastic and epoxy to your elaborate gemstone. Discount code UGT Show works there too, and on all of our various partners. Get
There
yourself
is a
something
chair.
nice.
There is a
Get
chair.
yourself some sales.
Oh, there's a chair.
The world's most
How
uncomfortable
many pieces is this?
5.
Oh, and then the chains.
He said it in the
Dang.
chat. It's 5 parts from the
5 pieces.
How it's made.
Oh.
How it's made. Torture
How
chair.
it's made.
The world's most
We're gonna
uncomfortable
take our
gaming
midstream
chair.
break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, everybody.
It's a
Don't
Razer
go
chair.
too
It's a
far.
Razer gaming chair.
It's pretty impressive.
We'll be right back.
Guys.
Welcome back, everybody. We have successfully triumphed over Orsiphelius, now begging for her life. This massive dragon filling up nearly the whole of the torture chamber where MD and Cammy experienced so much suffering, not at her hands directly, but to her devices. And as she begs for her life, Marius, bow drawn, MD standing there, blade in hand. Her body starts to shrivel and wither as her wings fold back into her shoulders. Her limbs shrink back. Her neck retracts as her head resets and she resumes this human form down on her hands and knees, panting, bleeding, desperately wounded. We had a wheel that had brought her to heal.
Please. This place isn't worth this. I'm not willing to die for them. I don't owe them that loyalty.
There's certainly a whole lot of other things you're willing to do for them, though, isn't there?
It was a fair exchange. I fixed this apparatus, helped Harknar build this machine. He kept it running. And when he needed prisoners removed, I handled that too. It worked in both our favors.
MD is looking down at her with blade still in hand, poised to attack, just rage in his eyes, and his eyes darts around at everyone else, seeing weapons kind of lower. He lets out a loud yell and just turns around to the nearest torture device and starts bashing it.
Her transformation knocked several of them around as she assumed this huge form, but just lay into the wood of one of these spiked chairs near you. She winces a bit.
What is it you want? You said that man, like the King of Yellow, his name was? I know of him, I know that one. He came in somewhat recently, he's in solitary. Valuable.
Where is Solitary?
Right there.
And she points at the two doors on the southern end of the room, right behind Reginald.
And where are the others?
Others who?
The devils.
Oh, upstairs, probably. I would imagine they're with Arknar.
Do you think they heard this? All of our commotion we just
Over
did?
the screaming? Maybe, but it's not the first time they've heard me feast. I can't imagine they think this is so different.
I would like to slowly approach her. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'd just like to be a little closer.
You come up, like next to her. She's still down on the ground on all fours.
Anything else you want to share?
Anything? What do you want? What do you want? I'll tell you whatever you want to know. I've no loyalty to this place. It was convenient for me. The riot was the best thing that ever happened to me.
What riot?
You really don't know. How did you even get in here that you didn't see?
You don't need to know that.
Arknar staged a coup. We shut the prison off, sealed this side. I ate every one of them. The only ones left in this half of the prison are me, Malzus, Rinsath, Iza, and Nar himself. I don't know how much Yath Kef has in front. We haven't unsealed it in days. On the levers. The levers through there.
And she points to another set of double doors that would have been behind you as you came up the stairs, leading into another section above the eastern end of the room.
That's the mechanism if you want to go speak to him. He's a little more reasonable, truth be told. But Arknar is a little better for me personally.
Side question, what are the future plans for this place after that riot? Is it going to fall apart?
Arknar's not known for thinking ahead. He just wanted more subjects for his torture research. This place is all his, you know. He's the one who pushed all this. Yath Kef just wanted to keep this a facility for confinement. Prison is more valuable, alive, hale and whole. But Arknar saw opportunity. And when they disagreed, there was a fight.
How do they choose who they go after? Like these bounties? Where do they come from? I don't.
We don't put the bounties, we just collect. If groups bring them to us, bounty hunters, slavers, we don't care. If they pay, we hold them.
What is this device? The pipes?
Arknar's creation. It's exactly what it sounds like it is. It harvests the sounds of agony and torment. Screams. He thinks there's value to be had in them, that they're a catalyst. You can use them. Maybe he just likes the sound. It's all piped upstairs to his chambers. There shouldn't be any of it here. I've been trying to fix the leaks for years, decades. Machine's too complex. I don't understand it. Just been patching leaks as they appear and fixing what I can.
And what can you tell us about the Devil Sisters?
Ha! Some kind of contract from Disbitter. From the circles of hell. I don't know why, but they're Arknars, not the prisons. Personally loyal to him. I don't know the details of their dealings, I don't care. Never bothered to ask.
What do you think would happen to this place if nobody's here to run it? It would just sit dormant?
I don't care. But it is as it is now, I don't even know if there's enough staff to keep it operational.
That's what I was thinking.
I've killed almost everyone. There's still some loyalists to Yath Kef sealed on the other side, but they number barely half a dozen, I figure.
On the other side of what?
The seal.
What's the seal? We came in through the kitchen.
There's a hallway that moves. The levers to that door, the whole midsection of the prison itself shifts.
Huh.
The hallway moves and a door that goes to the mess hall then goes to the entryway. When it's closed, there's just a wall. No lock to pick, no door to force. Just 30 feet of solid stone. It's inescapable.
Interesting.
So that's our way out to.
It's right there. And she points again towards the door next to the stairwell. I won't stop you. Pull the lever. You'll know it worked. You'll hear it. So will Yothkef and his men. I don't know what happens then.
So that's how you open up this whole thing, and have that lever right in this room. Where'd you say those 12 men were? 12, what are they?
They're in the front half of the prison. Denizens of Langul, some of them. They're all loyal to Yothkef. What's left of them, anyway?
You know what we could do? We could ask her to take care of them. So at least we have an easy...
Like this?
Well-
She's going to patch me up,
I could possibly do that.
which I doubt. You know as well as I would, I'd take the opportunity to finish what we started. You're weak too. She looks just straight at MD.
He's gonna be fine. Don't know if I can say the same for you.
Well, what else can I offer you? I've told you near everything I can. If you have a hope of fighting these Sisters of Dissipator, I'd advise you muster what allies you can. You may fight me, but I'm just a help. I doubt you can do it on your own. They'd tear you to pieces limb from limb. You might want to beg Yothkef for what aid he can give you. If you tell him you're willing to help him break his prison back from Arknar, maybe he'd listen. Pull the lever. Go find out. I don't care.
Is the fear is shaking off of Marius. That's slowly coming back to his senses. It kind of starts to think that maybe we should just get our information from the Count and get out. I know you want revenge, but is it worth it right now? Should we just get back to what we're trying to do?
Freeing your Count. Is that what you call him? The King of Yellow? I had a different title when you came through. King seems a bit higher. Never really understood
Seems whatever
these
name he's
mortal
calling himself.
divisions.
Oh, he's a loon.
Well,
so-
getting him out's going to be a bit of a problem. Solitary's only accessible to the wardens. Wardens, both of them. You'll need both their keys. I don't know if that's a lock you'll be able to get through without them.
And there's no way to
Well,
talk with him without opening the door.
Go try.
well, what about you?
I have no keys. I have no need of open doors. Rinsath carries them. Malzus takes them sometime. The wardens have them. So Yothkef's men when they needed. Why would I need them? I don't deal with the prisoners unless I'm eating them.
Can we not come up with a reason for her to just go and open them up for us?
No, she's not.
If
willing
I
to-
head back into the half of the prison with Yothkef, as I am now, they'll kill me. I can't take them injured like this. There's enough of them, I'm not sure I can at my full fighting power. Couldn't take you, maybe I've gotten soft.
Think you underestimated us?
I'd like to pull something out of my bag.
Just kind of glances, but turns back to the rest. He doesn't seem to care. What do you got?
None of your business.
Okay.
You know what she's got.
I know what she's got.
You know what she's got.
Is that all?
I have. Hold on.
People are method talking.
Yes. One, if she would be somewhat of a ally, somewhat, as we could have her help us get out of here. At least clear a path.
I doubt it.
I'm loyal to whoever's the most useful to me. At the moment, that seems like it's you.
In the moment we patch her up, she's gonna turn around and eat one of us.
Then don't. Use my information, and once we're rid of this place, we go our separate ways. I imagine never to see each other again. You're not from here, are you?
No.
Then I doubt our paths will intersect in the future. She kind of sits up, still on her knees, or just sat back on
I
her
could
haunches.
freely patch her up, and then we could ask her to get out of here. Unless you have other plans.
I would rather figure out other ways than to
There's still the
patch her up right now.
there's the front door. If the whole midsection shifts, it shifts to the front door.
You'll have a clean shot out of here.
But isn't there going to be a bunch of ghouls and things there?
Denizens of
You
Wayne.
could handle me, couldn't you?
And they
How
can
much
be
of a
reasoned
problem could
with.
it be?
They're not mindless ghouls. Most of them.
Well, see, my problem is it's not about handling them. It's we have to go handle who's ever upstairs and then handle them possibly afterwards.
What if we do it backwards? We go to them first, go, hey, we're here to liberate the prison.
Here's what I'll offer you. Leave me alive, and when Rinsath comes down here because she heard the hallway move, I'll give her a reasonable explanation. To my injuries, to the state of things, she'll have no idea that you're going to be returning.
That sounds good. And also remember that if we get to the front door, I think all of us have a means of at least becoming mostly invisible.
Correct.
So,
Everyone in this prison is going to hear that hallway shift. Without me, we'll be taking them all on at once. Caught in the center of a civil war, you won't survive.
How bad is she?
She's bad. She is not gonna keel over, but like she's cut up. She has like 7 arrows embedded in her body. She's looks like she's about half disemboweled. She's holding a hand over a massive gash that goes across her whole abdomen through her side from MD. Like she is bleeding onto the floor. Were she a human, the blood loss alone would have sent her into shock already.
This is just a formality. But I want to be scrutinizing every word she says, looking for any.
Of course,
like,
I assume you are.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah.
All of you can to sense motive. If none of you, I assume you're all very focused on this right now.
Yes. That is a 35.
It's a 30.
I don't think my 25 is going to do better.
Oh, that's the best one we got.
35.
I think I got my mind on other things, to be honest.
She seems sincere. She doesn't really seem like a woman of great long-standing loyalty. The worst that you get with your 35 is that she's just as likely to flip on you as quickly as she is the prison. Whenever it would suit her.
I don't deal well with complicated matters. The way
You
I
want to take on everyone all at once, be my guest.
the way I
But
see
here.
it,
Gesture of good faith. Go check on your king, your count, or whatever. There's only 2 prisoners in solitary right now. It won't be hard to find the one you're looking for.
Wait, so we could just go talk to them right now?
You could try.
Don't we need to get keys first?
You can get into the
I
ward.
have a feeling he's probably going to be incapacitated in there.
No. He's fine and lucid. Arknar hasn't gone quite far enough to pull prisoners from solitary yet, but I imagine that's mostly because he can't. Not without Yathkef's other key.
So why don't we go talk to the king? On the way back out, we can pull the lever, get out of here. She will basically cover us to lie to them for us, to let them know that there was a good excuse for a reason why you needed to do that.
For everything that happened. I was distracted, getting too involved, tinkering with very sharp and dangerous devices, and when I heard the hall shift, I was injured. I'll get them mustering their defenses upstairs, thinking an invasion is imminent. It'll buy you time at least.
I almost want to help her with a battle medicine.
You do what you want. If you want, it's one action. If you want to step up battle medicine or
I will step
That's-
up and battle medicine her.
give me a roll.
I mean, I'm going to do the basic smallest one, just to show somewhat of a
Put
good
the guts
faith.
back inside.
Put the guts back inside her. Entrails.
I mean, it's
back
a DC.
inside.
It's a
I
DC
see.
15.
So yeah, I'll just go ahead and assume you crit. You could just go ahead and do the.
I just didn't roll a 1, right?
Okay,
Is
yeah.
like a 1 would just be a fail?
You honestly might still succeed on a 1 at this point. But
no, I
like-
will, because I have a medicine 18.
No,
so no
I-
matter
Oh,
what,
so
it
you-
crosses
you would-
15.
Okay, yeah. So you're good. So you
Yeah.
what?
I mean, that roll there was just a 29.
So
and
critically succeed. Yep. So
yeah.
4d8 plus whatever your general.
No, I'm just
rider
doing.
is.
I'm just doing a little bit of patchwork. Like she hurt
Right.
herself, and then she's
It's so-
basically.
This is your thing doesn't give you bonus on the lower tier one because I
Nope.
know. Okay, fair
Nope,
enough.
it's no bonus on the lower.
So just
tier
4d8
one. Is it 4d8?
Yeah,
because you crit. Yeah.
because you crit. Your little bit is a lot.
Your 48 is kind of like the lowest you can do. You're pretty good at this, it turns out.
All right. Well, that was 7 plus 9. I just gave her 16 HP.
That more than tripled what she had. So
Yeah.
that
so
will.
you look like you healed yourself. We have your word.
You have my word. I'm no fool to get myself killed over this.
Also, I don't care how powerful your friends are. We're not failing this. We're gonna make it home alive.
Then do your best. But don't pull that lever until you're ready.
You chose wisely.
I often do.
You chose to fight.
She underestimated us.
I've gotten soft. It won't
Um,
happen again. That life of luxury here, honestly. Meals brought to me on damn near a silver platter.
You got fat. That's what happened.
Maybe. Anyway, your king awaits.
Let's get Cammy. Can I get your magic?
Kimmy's gonna take out her gun, kind of twirl it on her finger, and then stick it back in and look to her. Cheers. As I'm gonna magic you up and we're gonna head out.
That dose of magical medicine.
16 tripled, she was totally within
Open the
gun.
2 doors to the southern hallway of the prison. And immediately, as the metal hinges creak, every door in this prison, a huge rectangular block of steel. You step through and see a massive staircase to your right. It goes up and angles yet further to another level of the prison. But to your left, you see a hallway. It extends about 40 feet down before it terminates at the end. And on your left side are 8 barred metal doors. Locked, closed, and physically with a huge steel beam barred from the outside. Each of them, these are not the barred doors, the prison doors from below. These are solid with a single slot at about eye level, maybe 2 inches tall and 5 across. You get a sense of unease over you almost immediately as you step into this hall, all save for MD. And as you step forward, immediately the sound of your footsteps falls completely silently on the stone of this hall. A passing glance through the window of the first door reveals an empty cell and another. But in complete and utter silence. As you approach the third door, And MD just, I imagine you're checking all of these, obviously. You see a familiar face. Not the one that you are expecting. Inside this cell is a woman. A woman dressed just like the prisoners downstairs had been, with graying brown hair about shoulder length and features very similar to, well, people you recognize in Thrushmoor. Because you do recognize her from Thrushmoor. But you've never seen her alive. Administrator Elijah Lysandro of Briarstone Asylum is in the third cell. Sat back in the corner, knees up to her chest, arms curled around them, her head down, chin resting, just kind of staring at the floor.
Would I have recognized her having come into the asylum before the...
So this is the part where I'm actually going to need you to remind me. Did you joined... You would definitely not have met her. Did you join... You joined after... I'm pretty sure after they got through that section. Almost immediately after, actually.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it was
right
after they did things in the asylum, but I came...
Yes,
to the
but
asylum
she was the
before.
administrator of the whole asylum, and they would not have taken you to her. You would have talked to, like,
This other...
some, like,
workers.
middle management. You wouldn't have met Lysandro.
As soon as I see her, I glance at Cammy, like surprise, like astound, like a dumb look on my face, dumber than normal. Hey,
You move your mouth and no sound comes out.
I pull out a sketchbook and a piece of charcoal and write, hey, just like throw it through the slit.
The slit is, well, you can see through it. It is a thick pane of glass in the middle. It's not just an open hole.
Alright, so try to say, like, what, is it him, you recognize him, and then
You see his mouth moving, but this hall is completely
you'd
silent.
realize now why you are drawing, and probably why,
Lysandro doesn't notice you. You can't make a sound. On this door, on the big metal beam that's holding it shut, there is a clearly magical sigil on either side, diamond-shaped in its frame, that's inset just a little bit, affixed directly to where the beam is attached to the wall behind it. There is no keyhole, there is no lock, there is nothing to physically pick. These are clearly locked with magical keys. Two of them.
Cheaters and cowards.
They're afraid of me.
Do I know who this person is? Being from the
You?
agency?
That's
what-
a
that's
You
what I
would
went back-
probably know. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking you would certainly know of her. I would say it's relatively unlikely you may have ever had a reason to meet her.
Sure.
But you would certainly, if it was explained to you, know her as, like, she's the administrator that oversees all of Briarstone Asylum.
Got it.
Because the facility prior to, all of this never really had any problems.
Yeah.
There's not much the sleepless agency
Just-
ever really had to do with them.
Right. She was probably gone by
It's
the time
possible
I
you might have,
jumped
like,
in.
seen her around town and, like, not even realized it was
Right,
her.
yeah.
Like, you might see her and be like, oh yeah, I've seen her in Thrushmoor before.
Right.
Not even putting two and two together inherently, but
She doesn't have some sort of secret crush on me or something like that? In my human form?
not
What?
that you know of.
Not that I know of.
Oh!
Bread of Battlefield. Okay. This would literally drive someone insane. Solitary confinement with no noise.
Oh man.
Silent, perpetual solitary. The cell Lysandro's in is maybe 5 feet wide, not even wide enough to lay down across its length, maybe 8 deep. There's no cot, nothing. Like the two downstairs, she looks gaunt, starved. Her body looking a lot, somehow almost as bad as when last you saw her.
Dead?
Dead with that multicolored mist spiraling out of her mouth.
Oh my gosh.
Alright then.
But she's breathing.
Oh yeah, she's clearly conscious. Her eyes are kind of moving around a little bit. She just doesn't notice MD in the little window. She's just staring at the ground. And there's no way to get her attention.
check the other cells.
I feel like the only thing that's going to make her more like insane in a place like this is suddenly seeing eventually the piece of paper you threw in, having no idea.
Oh no!
If it made it in, just
If you
tape
could
it
get
to
the window,
tape
yeah.
it to the window and it says "Hey."
Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah, that'll help.
So MD, you just keep moving on.
I just keep moving on. There's
You
nothing
move
I
further
can do.
down. The next cell down is empty, but in the fifth, pacing back and forth, upright, hand in his beard, striding a very small space in his little cell, clearly deep in conversation with what could only possibly be himself, and also completely silently, is the King of Yellow.
This is the best place to meet him.
This is the worst thing. The worst thing for a man who likes to hear himself talk.
And as he turns around, just kind of gesticulating at the window, he sees you.
And just leave.
Extremely gestural.
Oh my god.
You just walk away.
You have no idea what's happening.
No, I'm frustrated because this is an idiot that's been like duping me.
That's not the idiot.
That's not the idiot?
That's
no.
not the idiot.
Who,
It's a different idiot.
King of Yellow is.
You kind of
Well,
motion the party. Everyone can take a peek. They can very clearly see. You see Count Lowls on the other side of this door. That is Count Lowls.
Okay.
And you see him in the door, and he looks at you very in weirdly good spirits. You've never seen him, known him to be a particularly upbeat person, especially given the situation.
Anyone here can read lips. Anyone taking that feat? That's a feat. That's a whole
Don't think
feat.
so.
Here's a feat.
oh god.
What's Wild Song?
Not reading lips.
Not reading lips. We'll figure
It
that
said
out later.
language is Wild Song.
He continues to gesture and talk, completely, clearly undeterred by the fact that absolutely no sound is passing his lips.
Take that same piece of paper on the back side. Say, "We will be back." And put it up to the.
Kind of nods, strokes his beard again.
And I walk away.
Thinking until this
can't
talk.
do it. I can't.
Absolutely.
Guys,
no
wait,
sense.
let's just stay here for a while because we want to try and read his lips, right? Go ahead. Let's just say we all stay here for a while because we want to
Well, like
read his lips.
your frustration and trauma from like being here
Lorem
from
ipsum
torture.
doloret. Like it's.
That's so good.
You ever thought you'd get a verbal lorem ipsum, did you?
Yeah, seriously.
That's what I was doing. Now you can read lips.
Ah, now I know.
I'm gonna stay here for at least a couple of minutes.
The problem with this guy is with Reginald. He's so dumb, and because he is so dumb,
dumb is
and
he?
I'm so
So dumb.
and
Smarter than a fifth grader.
and he's beating me. Like I can't figure him out. So literally, the frustration on my face is just
you
like
all see
You can't even hear him yet.
Reginald gets
it's kind of like how you
visibly
guys were-
frustrated. MD writes something, holds up to the window, and I imagine just starts to walk
Yeah.
away back out of the hall.
Grab Cammy and
Cammy's
walk
gonna
away.
look at Reginald and just kind of like roll her eyes, like kind of nodding. She hates
Grab
this guy.
MD or grab Cammy and Reginald, just drag him out. I don't have enough hands
Follow.
to grab
As soon as the group of
I don't
you,
even-
I have you not touch me, and I just walk. In.
as soon as the group of you
We're
step
all
clear
not.
of the first of these doorways of the cell, you hear your footsteps on the stone again at the base of the staircase leading up to the top level. You can see the door back into the main area. Orsophelius now just kind of sort of leaning back against a rack of the pipes at the base of the machine. Still holding her side, which is not nearly as critically injured now, but looking down at the group of you in her human form. You see what I mean now.
It's a terrible, terrible way to treat people.
Don't care.
I know.
What do you care about?
Myself,
Work
of course. My goals, my own ends, my success.
Like the rest of us.
Why would anything else bother me?
Dragons take it to another level.
Oh, I think it's not a dragon thing. It's just a personality thing. I can't fault her. She wasn't directly involved in it.
Don't mistake me. I don't have a complete lack of care for others as long as they're useful to me. Like Arknar was. or this trio from Dissipator.
Did when we looked through the doors, did we see like what the rest of the cells were made of in Solitary, like what the construction material was?
The walls seem to look the same, but the walls in between each cell are. I mean, I guess it's all interior walls. None of them are particularly thick. It's not. The walls are not different than the cells down below. Below.
Imagine if we still had the door.
I was wondering if you had your pick,
wow.
because we might be able to just go in through the back, make a
Down the wall.
break a wall.
I hope.
Maybe it's a war pick. It's not a pickaxe.
Do you think
If you're interested in
dwarf
making a
wouldn't think of getting a pickaxe?
wonderful amount of interesting noise that might draw the attention of the sisters, then be my guest.
Too bad we don't have dynamite.
You know the woman that's back there?
I know there is a woman back there. She's been here for, I don't know, years.
Years.
Try some years.
In Solitary the entire time.
We kept her alive. Yathkef was interested in her for some reason. She was involved in something. I don't know what. I never asked.
That's right.
I believe she is our longest resident in Solitary. She's too dangerous to be left with the rest of the general rabble.
And why is that?
I don't know.
What do you know?
A lot. She knew enough.
I know that she wasn't kept downstairs for the rest of the prisoners' safety. They spoke about her like she was a bomb.
Well, let's take a minute to recuperate.
Wait, when you say bomb, do you mean like actual explosive?
I thought they talked about her.
Well,
I mean,
she was smart.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way to make that useful.
Possessed by a bunch of spirits.
we,
Our end goal is just to get him out of here
Yes.
yeah.
and leave.
Yes.
Sorry, we saw her at Briarstone.
The administrator.
Yes.
Oh, you recognize.
I know of
Oh, you
her.
know her, friend of yours. A lot of you end up in our care.
Oh, we don't remember her.
I feel like a friend is an overstatement.
I'm trying to save her.
She was already dead.
And she was already dead
Oh, you did.
because of Laos.
Oh, you're right. I do know that. That's, the denizens have a word for it. Echo? I
Yes.
think they call it. She's immortal. She's not from here. She's not native to the Dreamlands, and that's some fragments of whatever that woman once was.
Yeah. Just like the King in Yellow. That's not actually Laos back there. He's gonna be way out of character for you. A lot
Wait.
more chipper.
Is anybody even using the cafeteria at this point?
No, not exactly getting any deliveries. Yathkef's no longer organizing that. I mean, ever since, the war. We shut the prison apart, so we haven't really been much on top of that. Other priorities. Again, Foresight's not Arknar's forte. I don't really know what he plans on doing.
If we want, we could try to wait until we could use your door again.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, let's wait it out in the back.
Gonna spend a whole night here.
I don't want to spend another night here.
Where are you going to go? The sisters will be downstairs at some point to fetch what's left of a prisoner, surely.
Oh.
Guess you could face them on your terms.
We just go find the wardens, get their keys, and unlock the doors. It's way simpler than waiting even longer.
It feels easier said than done.
Everything's easier said than done.
The wardens are much stronger than you?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I don't know if I could take them both, but I feel if I ever needed to, I'd be more than capable of fighting either one of them. It's part of why I stayed here.
Yeah.
Top of the food chain, so to speak. There's nobody in this facility who could take me in a straight fight.
Yeah, you look it.
Alone.
Help us get the keys.
Oh,
I already said that I will.
Yeah.
I'll hold the sisters back for you. Keep them distracted while you meet with Yelthkef.
That's one of the wardens on the other side of the seal.
Right, but coming with us.
No.
No.
Why not?
No.
We have to go fight. We have to go find the wardens.
I don't think finding them is going to be hard.
Also, we don't need her having someone else to flip on us. I'd rather just fight ourselves.
But by all means, if you wish to take me back to the other side of the prison with all of the healing potions and tinctures, I'd be more than happy to escort you. I'm sure the sisters will be with us shortly.
I'm already uncomfortable that she still draws breath right now.
Sure.
I don't. Sorry.
No, I'm just trying to listen. We have to survive this.
That's,
We have to put emotions aside and try and figure things out.
Then we'll have the same mind then. All any of us want at this point is to be rid of this place. There's no more value in it for me, and there's only one item of value in it for you. Maybe two, it seems, if you're interested in that woman. Either way, you're going to need the wardens.
right. I'm going to go to the lever room and check it out.
You open the doors on the easternmost side of the room, leading back into another incredible contraption that almost puts the pipe network of the torture chamber to shame. A mechanism of gears and pulleys filling near the totality of the space, floor to ceiling. Further than that, even, as you can see, quite a bit of this construction descends through the floor. A simple understanding of your whereabouts would tell you this is almost directly above that strange wall you had kind of tried to find a false gap in, but now understand exactly what it is. Complicated as all of this mechanism is, there's only one immediately apparent method of interfacing with it. A massive iron lever jutting out from the center of all of this bulk. It's set into a frame with two labels, N at the top and S at the bottom.
Where's that? In that room?
It's in the room on the east side, yes.
N and S?
It's currently up at N.
What language? Is there like a certain language spelling that it might be in?
It's in Taldan. It's Taldan runes.
I think it's north and south.
Is that what that means?
I'm gonna think so.
The two smartest characters in the book.
Listen,
I think it's north and south.
Reginald would have figured it out.
It's up and down.
Reginald probably could have got north and south. I'll give you that.
All
I
right.
think it's north and south.
That makes sense. It was a weird script, all right? It was a weird font.
It's weird. It's like the swirly
It's
one.
Comic
where it's like-
Sans.
A lot of serifs, very
It's just
flowery.
Comic Sans.
No,
Weirdly
that's weird.
detailed.
It's
like
the
they-
first letter of a fancy book.
Is it in a different language? No, English.
Someone put a lot of effort into engraving these onto this plate here. That's
I was thinking
It's
like open,
beautiful.
close, whatever. But I was like, huh. Could be wingding, too. Like an airplane,
It's
a
open
flower.
and shut.
Yeah. All right.
It's a man waving.
Not open
and,
and shut.
All right.
This is a sideways lightning bolt.
Is this a whole sepaate room, though?
Yes, to the
This
doors
levers?
on the eastern side of the room. It's a separate chamber.
If
It's,
we close this door and stay in here and we do 10 minutes, can I heal people?
the room is massive. It is like the entire eastern side of this floor. This room descends all the way down to the southern extremity of the floor. It's a humongous chamber with a lot of space. You could absolutely shut yourselves in here and hopefully take some time to tend to yourselves.
We should.
It wouldn't be battle medicine at this point if I
Just
do
be
this for 10
you can
minutes.
just do regular medicine.
Yeah.
Or Cephalius also would just kind of shrug and might as well. If the sisters come, she'll do what she can. But you move into the. You want to shut the doors in the room and just wait? It's about as safe a place as any.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
I
dying.
could also use some focus points if we have the spare time, but I don't know what.
So,
we'll
well, how
have.
much? That's the next question: is how much spare time are we willing to spend?
At least 10 minutes.
At least half an hour, probably.
Right.
How much can you take here? Let's strategize here because I've got this guy, but I've only got 2 focus points left here.
I think I could battle medicine everybody. Or not battle, I could just
Regular
normal
medicine,
medicine everybody.
You can do everyone at once.
And
If you stay here for 30 minutes, you can do it twice because you have continual recovery.
Yeah.
So, half an hour as Reginald quickly and very expertly tends towards the litany of wounds, both physical and spiritual, that Arcephelius had inflicted across you.
Do you want me to roll for that?
Roll me one of them and we'll just double it. Well, I mean, roll me. What are you going for? What DC are you doing? The medium one?
Well, if I have the time, I would probably do the medium one. So I think all I have to do
go
is
for it.
roll a 2.
Is yours for everybody or for?
It is everyone at once. He has Ward Medic. He can treat y'all.
Then I'm gonna spend my time refocusing. I think that we'll need that later.
I mean, 16 plus 18.
Critical success.
One more cast,
So
you can get
4d8 plus 10 plus whatever your modifier does is how many?
3.
4d8
One lay on hands and refocus.
plus 10
Almost 10 minutes for me.
plus 21. So 4d8 plus 21.
Okay, 4d8 plus 21.
Just refocus, then I'll be back at 3.
That's actually pretty
1
good.
second, 10 minutes of 20.
So 12 plus 10, so that's 22 plus
43. So with half an hour, everybody gets 86 hit points back from Reginald's exceptionally
That's amazing.
expert care.
Exceptionally.
This is a fantastic roll.
Sorry, that was very loud.
No, that was you did.
No,
great.
I know. I slammed the pencil down because I felt so good.
It's a lot of time to recoup, but it's a lot of injuries to tend to.
Thank you.
I was saying you can use 1 lay on hands and refocus 3 times and be back up 4.
Yeah, during that time, you could throw 1 additional lay on hands and still end up at 3 focus points.
Is
if you
anybody
wanted
still
to.
low?
I'm still not at max. 25 below.
You may have 36.
30 health? 36? We're 6th level? Oh, we're 6th level, yeah.
6th level.
36.
That's what matters to me.
Does that put everyone to full?
I
Yep.
think that we
After
did it.
30 minutes, all of you healed up as you can.
That is little.
Are we also pulling the lever though? We're not just like going into healing up and then leaving our.
This is pulling
That's
the
the
levers for
plan.
the exit. I
That's for the exit.
Well, it's to get to the unsealed
To get
side.
to the other half of the prison.
That's where like a bunch of other guys are and the other warden. And hopefully we can talk to them.
But do we need to get to the warden that's on this side first? Or
We talk to the guys on the other side, hopefully get them to help us and come back with a small contingent of men.
Gotcha.
We gotta find Yelth Calf.
You mean are we trying to create a mutiny?
Well, they already did a mutiny. We were trying to reclaim the prison.
A reverse mutiny.
You know, in like
Or
only
healing.
the handful of weeks that I actually remember of my own lifetime, we've been involved in 2 different sort of jailbreaks. And I feel like that's more of a once in a lifetime thing for some.
This one's on the moon!
But ours is ours is 2, and in like a couple of months.
Yeah. I mean, if you... Yeah.
You guys should be good at this.
We're experts at this point.
We had a whole other separate jailbreak incident.
3 jailbreaks. I was counting the asylum.
And 1 riot.
Do we get ranks in jailbreak lore?
Oh my gosh! Wait,
I
that's
have
actually
legal
so
lore.
many.
That is a lot. That is like a lot of
And we
jailbreaks.
broke out winter. 4 jailbreaks.
We did break out winter.
Mutiny. Nopin is really funny.
Are you pulling the lever?
Yeah.
We all put our hands on it.
Pull the
30
lever.
minutes as you're
Guys.
ready.
Wait, where are we going right after this? What are we staying
Down
and
the
hiding
stairs.
here? 'Cause
The lever moves
we need to run quickly then.
very surprisingly easily.
Greased.
Doesn't take a ton of force. As you pull it down and it slides smoothly into the bottom position, you hear a cacophony of clanking and grinding stone. It sounds like an earthquake has hit the building, and a massive one at that. The noise in this room as this mechanism absolutely screams to life, clunking and slamming, is almost deafening. Persephelius was not kidding when she said the entire prison was going to hear this.
We need to either move and hide or move to where
We move.
we move.
Go
Along with that, you hear Persephelius. I would hurry.
Yeah, we go
Okay,
downstairs.
yeah. If anybody wants to do anything invisible, now would be the time. I'm going to follow the expert. I'm assuming he's sneaking.
I am.
I'm gonna hope he is.
Oh wait, hold on. What's stupefy? Again, remind me what Stupefy is?
Stupefy lowers any of your rolls that are based on mental stats. It functionally lowers your intelligence, your wisdom, and your charisma, and makes it much, much harder to cast spells.
But I have this card here. This spell power reverberates in your mind. You can cast a spell one additional time without having it prepared. This is play this card after casting a spell. I might be able to cast
I
this one.
remember
We know
this.
this one.
Does that mean I could cast invisibility
It's
twice?
just
It would
one-
basically, you can cast a spell without
100%.
expending your slot. So like you would, but it's kind of temporary, right? Because it's only like a minute. You have to use it within like a minute or something.
Let's just
What?
run downstairs.
Oh, this?
The
Well, I was gonna
extra
say, like,
cast.
if I cast
He's wanting to go
invisibility
boom, boom.
twice,
Oh,
Well,
you could.
yeah.
You could
and
double.
I could like make two of us disappear.
If you want to,
you
yeah,
can 100%
absolutely.
do that.
You can.
Should I do that?
Well, the devils are coming out of that door.
Right.
We're going down those stairs.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna go down further. She's gonna distract them unless she betrays us, but that's a chance I'm willing to take. There's gonna be 12 other dudes down there, hopefully. So we just run downstairs and square up
Okay.
for a
Then
fight.
I'll save this.
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Oh, which by the way, I never said. Link 1429. I used that hero point. My bad. I'm
Link.
sorry. I forgot that during the battle. Thank you.
Special
For the
The
battle.
group of you, are you really sneaking down the stairs then? Because it sounds like you're.
Yeah.
Can't want to follow the expert here.
I'm
Are you
planning
all
on the
doing that?
expert sneaking.
Are we all following the expert of?
I'm just running down the stairs.
MD's just running. The rest of
Okay.
you can sneak. MD's running.
I'm gonna go fast, sneaky.
You make it down to the bottom of the stairwell, back into the cell block, to now finally see the room exactly as you remember it. That entire piece, that whole room, that literally, like Orsophelia said, the entire hallway has shifted. It has sunk back into the wall, moving 10 feet away, no longer aligning the doorways with the mess hall. The two sets of double doors have resealed themselves. So as you approach, now this doorway in the bottom corner, as it was originally, the first thing you have to do is, well, pick it again. Your hurry is slowed a little bit as the sounds of the screaming apparatus are left behind you upstairs and you pick your way through the doors. You step into the same tiny little 10-foot chamber, this passageway, with two doors that you already picked open before, but you know now definitely are going to lead to a completely different location. You start picking.
Picking.
Are we just running in gun ho?
What are the rest of you doing as he opens this? You have no idea what's going to be on the other side of this door, but everyone in the prison is going to know that it has moved.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel for vibrations outside the door again. Try to get an idea of whether there's immediately gonna be people in front of us.
I code thief.
I'm just gonna sort of brace myself behind them. I'm gonna kind of be looking around, trying to keep an eye. I just preparing myself.
I am following MD basically as he is bombarding his way through, and I'm like, well, sometimes overthinking is a curse. So let's go.
Here we go.
The lock is intricate. It took MD some time to get it before, and even though he's done this 4 times now with this one, it doesn't really get any easier. It's still very demanding, intricate, precise. But finally, as you get them unlatched, and the 2 stone doors come unsealed and slide apart, several things are revealed in front of you. First is a very long hallway that runs upon the, well, I guess not really very long, but it is like 60 feet long. It's a pretty long hall that runs around the entire outside of the mess hall that you had been in earlier, way down to a corner that must be almost at the very front of the prison. You only see one figure standing there, clearly at the ready, somewhat of a defensive stance taken, half kind of hiding around the corner of this hallway in cover, also unsure of what's going to come through this door. At first, it looks like the exact same guard that you spoke to out front. But it isn't. It's another Lengul, that's for sure. But their features are a lot different. Kind of softer, rounder. This looks like a woman. She has a baton of some type on her hip. But what's more interesting is what is in her hand and what is on her head. Because as she peers around the corner, holding this up kind of defensively, you see a long ash rod topped with a crystal, pointed down the hallway towards the group of you, and a silvery tiara sat on her head. She looks across the group as the door opens and sees Marius. Traitor! You sided with Arknar!
No.
And
Hands
she
up.
pulls back the staff, gives a little shake, and thrusts it forward.
No.
And here is where we're going to end.
No, are you serious?
today's.
Oh, she's dying.
It has not
Session.
been that long.
She's
No,
just illegal.
no. We've got time.
It is 5:56.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie, AJ. Now go
is-
ahead and roll your initiative.
Do you want to?
Yeah,
You
I
want
want
that?
my
You know
crown.
what, Daddy? You want this pointed at
I
you?
want it back.
They put up a building last time you did that.
I'm gonna mess her up
Cammy in
for
front
this.
of me as a shield.
Let me at her. She's got my drip, dude. That's insane.
She has
Stole my crown.
Cammy's dream staff and Cammy's dream tiara.
All part of Cammy's dream set.
She's going to
available
die.
now.
She's gonna die.
Your stuff didn't disappear.
She's gonna disappear.
It
Yeah.
got confiscated. It's here
You got requisitions.
in Black Shores. Everything you had
Mm-mm.
is here. Might have to fight for it.
Kimmy's going to use words that are not approved for a PG-13 stream.
The words
I
will be
think you get
exchanged
one.
after this.
I think you get one of those words. You get one word.
I'm joking.
When Cammy did this, I don't know what this does. Woo! We did a domestic terrorism on accident.
Hopefully, she,
I guess actually we don't live there. It was just a regular terrorism.
hopefully she doesn't do
Guys,
that.
accidents do happen.
You were in a
Let's be reasonable.
hallway. You're in like a 10-foot by 10-foot hallway.
She's
and
in
she's
the
like,
blast radius.
ha!
Hey, I wasn't outside when we were in space, but is it going to be an issue if we lose some walls?
No.
Like, what
No.
kind of moon is this?
We're fine for a little bit.
That's gonna be it for us today, everybody.
Give Cammy her
And before we
skill.
leave, there's a hero point from Nebula
Bestie!
315.
Nebula!
Nebula 315, I'm back in time to say hi, everyone. Hey, bestie, hero point for Cammy. Oh, let me see that. Yeah, there it is in the chat. I missed it. Take your hero
Oh, this
point.
one's really, really good. Catch your breath.
It works well that Nebula's back because, like Brett, I also forgot to say thank you for a hero point, which was from Nebula.
Hey, perfect timing. Thank you.
just
They're
in
here.
time.
I can get that.
I'm MD, the full-blooded orc bro.
That's, wait,
I'm Marius,
we
the Gold
return-
Dwarf Ranger.
Oh, no!
to Strange
I'm gonna go along with
Aeons,
it.
the second half of Black Shores. There are apparently two figures in charge of this, Arknar and Yath Kef. We know, those are from the book. We know Arknar
Real names.
Ognar.
doesn't have a lot of people
Yathkef.
under him, but he does have the Sisters of Despater, and he had Orcephelius. Yathkef has what may be the rest of the regular staff. How many is that? How well equipped are they? How dangerous are they? Questions for next week. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being here. Feel free to check out some of our partners, our sponsors, down below the video player. Discount code UGT Show gets you some discounts on some good stuff and helps support the channel too. And if you want to stay in the loop, check out all of our various social medias. There's like 10 billion social media sites these days. We have Discord is, I'm just going to level with you, the one that I look at realistically, Discord and Twitter sometimes. There's too many social medias. I personally don't use them all. But we are on like all of the ones that you probably use, Instagram and whatever. There's TikTok, there's more. But,
Uh-oh.
what?
Never mind. I'll tell you when you're older. That's for the post show.
That's some bad news.
Yeah, I got bad news for you. At the post show, though.
Oh, we don't do TikTok anymore.
Well, soon. Maybe.
Soon. Yeah,
Oh.
well, maybe, probably. Then maybe short-lived. I didn't use it anyway.
Look at great.
Join our Discord. Come, that's where we
We're
all
active.
are.
I'm
That's
active.
where
We're
never going anywhere on
the
there.
Discord's really the super cool one because that's where like we all hang out there. We just are in the Discord. You can just come talk to us about stuff
You'll get
like
pictures of
Marvel
fruits.
rifles. Anyway,
cats.
good night,
Marvel
everybody.
Cats.
Stay safe. Stay sane.